It's almost 11, and there's still no stream. And Baldo ain't streaming tonight. It's almost 11, and there's still no stream. Baldo ain't streaming tonight. It's 1 minute past 11, and there's still no stream. Baldo ain't streaming tonight. It's 1 minute past 11, and there's still no stream. And Baldo ain't streaming tonight. It's already 11, and there's still no stream.
Hit like if you like the show. If you don't like the show, don't hit like, or hit thumbs down. Be like, this guy sucks. I don't mind. But if you do like the show, hit that like button. It really does. I gotta remind YouTube that I'm here. They are not distributing things out.
How's it going, guys? It's been a while since we've been in the Balldoverse. We've taken a month off, and let me tell you, the month off has been pretty good. It hasn't been as good for Nick, however. Now, while you're in here, liking the stream or disliking the stream, let me just tell you, there's no breaking super crazy news tonight. This is kind of just a month, kind of like a monthly roundup that we're doing here. There's a bunch of stuff that came up after I finished streaming about Nick last month. However, there is one or two new things, and that is the HRO. And sorry, it's so silly. It's so silly. But everyone was making fun of Aaron for sending in his own request to the judge to get a continuance on the HRO, which we'll get into all of this when we get into it, right? Everyone was laughing at him. Tee-hee, Aaron's lost his lawyer. It's terrible. It's embarrassing. But then it was granted, which might actually have an interesting repercussion for Nick. But it's kind of a theory, a Baldo theory. So first of all, let's just see how Nick's been doing over the last month, and be sure to tell me if I'm muted.
Visit Hedonism 2 says, if Kayla is so traumatized by Aaron, why'd you take her to Stony's? Did you want to see Aaron there?
It's at this moment he knew he fucked up. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Oh my goodness. First of all, Visit Hedonism 2, a very funny name for 5. I think I know exactly who this is, because it's an Australian dollar. I bet this is the same guy that's like role plays as Rougette's Men's Health or Energy King. Very, very funny. But good question, honestly. Good question. If you are so terrified of Aaron destroying your life, why would you go to Stony's in Rockville, Minnesota? It's a good question, honestly. For one, there is no real good answer. Now, Nick will tell you it's because they saw Aaron being carted away in handcuffs, arrested at the what was it? Shit. It was the revenge distribution image thing where Melton showed up with a 360 camera, which is terrible, by the way. Those 360 cameras are great, but they have really bad distance on them. And also it was raining, so they couldn't bring it out, which is strange because my 360 camera is waterproof, but I don't know. But this is a good point. If it isn't just lawfare, if it isn't just trying to harassing the toe, why would you bring Kayla to the scene where the man who terrorized her and shared her, very private parts to the internet? Well, I mean, to one man on the internet. It's a strange question. Unfortunately, Baldo doesn't have a good answer.
Traumatized by Aaron. Why'd you take her to Stony's? Did you want to see Aaron there? I watched Aaron get arrested. I knew
he was going to be out, 30 minutes later. He was talking about his puppy on Twitter. There's actually a very good chance that and might go to Stony's because he might need a drink, something that Nick can't have for another 5 years.
I knew that Aaron was getting arrested at the hearing. Like, I knew that was going to happen. I watched it happen. He did get arrested. We went to Stony's while
In Rockville, Minnesota.
he was in jail. So no, we didn't hope to see Aaron there.
I don't know. What do you think, chat? Do you think they hope to see him there? Do you think they hope to see him there? I think yes. And my face is like really shiny today. What's going on here? Move this over here. I had a haircut today, so I'm looking sharp. But it looks like Nick's been having a haircut too. It's things aren't going very well for Nick. Now, people have made fun of me for my Norwood Reaper like slowly creeping up on me, but I've had this hairline for years. I don't know how much Nick's is going to last. Who do you think, chat? If you think I'm going to have my hair longer than Nick's, press 1. If you think Nick's just about to be bald by next month, then be sure to hit a 2 or something. That's how we sneak in that YouTube interaction, because we're being suppressed. Okay, nobody can get views. Everyone's being suppressed. If you don't like the stream, if you don't comment, it's all well, not really. Actually, we did very well last night, so we'll have to see. All right, let's continue with this.
Stop being fucking dumb. She has a restraining order against him. Bringing her to that place would cause weird issues. It would actually force Aaron to leave. But I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to interfere in his life that way.
If you're a member of my chat, you get a special emoji that I'm going to spam right now. I don't think so. Come on now. I'm going to talk about that tonight because they are doing some very underhanded, sneaky, slimy shit. And we're going to prove that. Let's continue.
I never have. No, we don't want to see Aaron. Neither of us do.
I'm sure one of you does. Keep telling yourself that. Maybe it'll be true.
Neither of us like him.
Oh, I bet he wished that were true. Oh no. I bet he wished that were true.
It's amazing.
Is it? I don't know about that, chat. What do you think? Do you think that who do you think likes Aaron more? Do you think it's Kayla? I mean, she did take a bunch of toe loads from him. Or do you think it's Nick? He's thinking about Mr. Magoo, the old steel toe. Now, there's been some funny stuff happening recently, but I will get to these chats first. So let's see. Some rando with a 5 says, send Kurt some help, meme. He doesn't need help. He's doing better than Nick, which is actually funny because Nick has just been turning his show into the Watching Kurt show. As let me see, do I have a let me see. No, that's illicit clips. Hold on. Look at all these fucking tabs. Hold on. We'll go to one of these things. Look at this. If we go to next channel, we can have a look. Live streams, right? Live streams, yeah. Every other thumbnail has like Kurt in it. Well, like 2 in a row. He thinks that this is a really funny thing, just watching Kurt cook. But the thing is, he's allowed to make fun of Kurt now because Kurt's a bigger channel than him. Getting bigger streams, getting more views, getting bigger audiences. Kind of crazy, actually, when we look at it. Like, let me see. This is rekietalaw, the peak concurrent views. Yeah, this is his Turtle Boy interview, which popped off at... Oh, sorry, this is way too small for you guys to see. There we go. His Turtle Boy video popped off at 2,800, down to 900. Gap, power gap, actually. 800, 600, 700. Now, you might be asking about this one. Oh, what is that? I believe that this 1,100 was when he was talking about his victory over Montegraph. Because the Baldo has been getting some W's recently. We're not going to lie about that. And I believe that this one, the 1,041, is when Nick embraced the drama. Because he's, it was never a law channel. But now it's a drama channel. Where did I lose that thing? It's like over here. Oh, I missed it. Because it's funny. It's very funny. The moment he stops using those stupid AI thumbnails and he starts embracing the drama and starts talking about Sean, the sandwich man, he actually gets some views. So here's my advice, since he hates my advice so much. Keep talking about drama. Keep talking about Kurt. That's the road to success. Nobody cares about your legal takes. Just make fun of the sandwich man and people actually show up. Look at that. He got double the views talking about Sean. Sandwich Sean. All right. So send Kurt some help. He doesn't need help. He's doing great. Show him some cooking channels on YouTube. But Kurt's cooking is so amazing. I love Kurt's cooking. Like, low key, I knew about Kurt's cooking way before Nick. He actually kind of stole this from, well, not my audience, but some people that are in my audience. There's like a cult of watching Kurt's cooking. It's very funny, actually. Very entertaining. Good stuff. Show me some cooking channels. Chef Pierre Jean is a good start. We'll take a look at that. Also, got to turn on the cats. There we go. People are complaining there's no cats. There we go. What is this? Early and straight. Yes, indeed. Cope and Sneed Baldo. And it looks like the remaining hair wants to flee off his forehead. His face is an alcoholic greasy. It's kind of funny. We were talking about this last night when we were just doing some bit of gaming, but it's kind of strange. And I think this is going to sound very feminine, but it's kind of true that the way you live your life kind of reflects on your appearance. It's like the corruption of having like seething and balding. You know what I mean? So like Nick is currently spending all day seething at Kurt and complaining about Sean and thinking about how he can get Aaron. And it's reflecting on him physically. It's like corrupting him from the inside out. He's slowly decaying. Or maybe it's just, I don't know, AIDS or something. Who can say? Also, Kurt can cook. Very funny. Very, very funny. Very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. He's molding. Yes, he's molding. We can make a Star Wars reference if we really wanted to. So we have to go back a bit. Last time on this show, we were talking about Aaron's restraining order hearing. Although it was very brief, very brief. I'm not interested in covering Aaron very much. He's kind of boring to me. I'm not sure why the Devilverse people are so fascinated in him. He's just a regular guy, seems like. He just does a little radio show. But this is what happened. Last time we were talking about this for about 40 minutes before we got into more interesting topics like pirate software, was that Aaron had his hearing for his violating his restraining order against Kayla. Nick showed up, Melton showed up, and they went to have a little party. He was arrested, and this mugshot was issued, which is very funny. I never got a chance to show this meme, so I was kind of wanted to bring that back. Now, in that month time, not that much has happened, except after Aaron got arrested, he got out of jail like 30 minutes later, went back, saw his puppy. He started to issue an HRO, which I believe was issued ex parte. So basically, he just filled in a bunch of forms and it was granted immediately, and Nick has not yet had the chance to contest this. And he's been trying to. And his lawyer, Francis White, has been incredibly cuntish. It doesn't look good to the court. Basically, every time Aaron asks for anything, they say, no, this is not allowed. And it's kind of like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look to the judge. They thought they were going to get a big W very early. Today, in fact, like today was supposed to be the hearing to see whether Nick's HRO, the restraining order, would be upheld or removed. Now, I believe he also got a restraining order against Melton, which is kind of surprising because not that he should apply for one, but that it was actually granted because Melton lives in, I think, Minnesota. But as we know about Minnesota, nothing can escape their reach. For some reason, Minnesota can just like reach into other countries and just do whatever they want. They literally reached into Mexico and pulled Ethan Ralph out, and he had to submit to the power of Minnesota. HRO, harassment restraining order. But I think that the harassment restraining order against Melton is actually from Aaron's daughter, which makes sense, which makes more sense. But that's basically what's happened there. Now, Aaron has gone through 2 lawyers at this point. So we had there was this one lawyer that was like everyone was disappointed with after the events of the day that Nick and Melton went to Stony's. After the events of this one, here it is. After this happened. Also, Aaron, you gotta love that Aaron just always smiles in his mugshots. Nobody else does that. Even though, like, I call him the shiniest turd in the bowl, but then people think that I'm glazing him. It's very strange. But he's always, at least he smiles. At least he smiles, right? At least he smiles. It's nice. Anyway, so everyone was disappointed with Aaron's lawyer. So he fired him and hired this new guy, which I believe, let me see, was this it? Yes, it was this, I believe. So they hired a new lawyer. They got rid of, or is this actually the second one? I think this is the other one. Yeah. This is the one. So basically, Aaron switched lawyers, and then he got to this new guy called Ross Montgomery. But that guy quit out too. So Aaron has gone through 2 lawyers, and today he was supposed to be showing up in court. Let me see if I have the document. Here it is. I guess it's just the same one. Nick is laughing about it. He's gloating. So let's see. Pursuant to General Practices 105, notice is hereby given that the undersigned, Ross Montgomery, the law firm PCG Law, hereby withdraws his counsel for petitioner Aaron Imholt. Now, this could be for any reason. It could be because he's got, he's got a cough. It could be because there's a conflict of interest. No one really knows. No one really knows what the reason is, and maybe we'll find out. But it means that as of July 21st, Aaron was lawyerless, just like Nick is kind of lawyerless. Well, that's actually not true. He's a lawyer, but he's not an attorney. That's how it works, because he's not allowed to practice at the moment. So Aaron, without no lawyer, and just 2 days before the court case, he decided to scribble in something himself. Not ex parte, but let me see. Where was it? Where we got this? Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Come on now. Got so much shit. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So this is the documents that were released by Minnesota Public Records. And let me see. Dear Court Administrator, my counsel, Ross Montgomery, has had to withdraw from his case for personal reasons. He has asked that my request for a brief continuance in this matter be granted, while my new counsel and I get up to speed on the case. I politely and respectfully ask for some extra time to fully prepare for the hearing. Thank you, Aaron Eamholt. And also, this is very funny. He just wrote CC Francis Wright via email. I guess he just submitted this to the judge. He's like, oh, by the way, judge, could you email Francis for me? Mr. White, Mr. White. I mean, this isn't how email works, Aaron. You actually have to send the emails. You can't just write CC Francis. Maybe you can, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you can just get away with it. It's very funny. It's very funny to me. He just wrote CC, but it looks like LL. Maybe he's talking about the L's they're about to get. All right. Now, this is the very, very cuntish move by Nick's lawyers regarding, whoops, oh my gosh, sorry. My mouse is squeaky again today for some reason. Dear District Court Judge. Oh, by the way, before we get into this, do you think it's reasonable to get extra time for a court date if you have no lawyer? So basically, you're days away. Your lawyer disappears, and you're like, Judge, can I just have a little bit more time to get my lawyer together? Sort some shit out. The reasonable move would be to grant this, right? Because you don't want to go against like someone with no lawyer. That's crazy. That'd be crazy. And it's to protest such a decision shows the court that you're not really acting in good faith. It shows that you're being a bit of a cunt. And the next time that you ask for something, the next time you say, oh, sorry, my car broke down, can we reschedule for tomorrow? The judge or the other party might be inclined to say, well, you know what? No, you weren't nice to us. Why should we be nice to you? It's a complete departure from decency, in my opinion. But anyway, it says the correspondence is submitted in immediate response to petitioner's correspondence served this day requesting a continuance of the hearing of July 23rd. That's today. Well, maybe it's tomorrow for you. I don't know. Respondent opposes this request. Petitioner has had what appears to be an extensive assistance from his now former counsel in preparing for the case. The exhibits uploaded to Mendes were extensive and numerous. Not sure if that's true. Here's the extensive things they uploaded to. This is what they uploaded to the court. Messages from Nobody Likes Onions, rekietalaw X posts. It's just a bunch of X posts. And also a rekieta status, which I think was the Breaking Baldo news guy, right? Like, really disappeared. So they uploaded like 16 different texts and some other stuff, some live stream data. I mean, it seems reasonable. It's not like extensive, in my opinion. Anyway, extensive and numerous. While I am attempting to understand their potential relevance to this bearing, that said, there is no added benefit in continuance for either party. Well, that's not true at all. By contrast, any continuance further extends the negative impact to respondents' occupation. I'm not sure how. Nick is a streamer. He can just stream whatever he wants. So he can talk about whatever he wants. This is a complete bold-faced lie. Now, the argument might be that Aaron requested that Nick not talk about him in his HRO, but that was not granted, so it doesn't matter. Let me see. A continuance further extends the unconstitutional encroachment on respondents' First Amendment rights. I mean, how? How, though? He has endured since petitioner's unfounded petition was filed. At a certain point, matters simply need to be tried and resolved. In addition, petitioner initiated this action. He was and remains the master of his action. Yes, he's the master of his domain. Respondent has expended time and incurred significant expense preparing to defend himself against petitioner's allegations, and any continuance would add thereto from what the court will ultimately find to be a frivolous claim. Respondent requests that the hearing remain as scheduled on July 23rd, 2024 at 2 p.m. Respectfully, Francis, Mr. White. Now, what do you think, chat? Do you think that Aaron's scribbling into the judge saying, I politely and respectfully ask for more time, Judge. Also, could you CC Francis White for me? I don't want to talk to him directly. Well, everyone was dunking on Aaron. Everyone was laughing at the toe man. The steel toe had been stubbed. Except this was really reasonable, and it was granted. Continuance granted until, I believe, August 5th. So, unironically, it's another win for the toe. Now, I'm sure people are going to clip this up and try and make it sound like I'm just sweeping for Aaron or some shit, which is very funny to me. But they're free to do that. They're free to do that. Looks like the toe got away with it. He got away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Oh, my goodness. Where's that clip? Where's that clip?
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
There we go. So the toe got away with it. And by get away with it, what I mean is that it's now been delayed till August 5th. And most likely, he will lose on August 5th. I don't expect Aaron to succeed in his HRO. Maybe against Melton. That would be funny. But it's very unlikely. It's very, very unlikely. But you never know. Minnesota's kind of crazy. Nobody can really seem to predict what's actually going to happen there. But there is some interesting, perhaps certain consequences from this action that we'll talk about. So Walter Mellon said, please collab with Uncivil so he can teach you how to make dino nuggets. That's actually unironically a good idea. And Thermo says, at this rate, Baldo will dip below 400,000 subs just in time for Xmas. That's true, actually. We're going to talk about that as well tonight. So there's two interesting things about this to me. First of all, Nick was very lazy, and he left his homework until the last minute again, which is kind of like the Nick classic. And when I talk about homework, I'm not talking about his legal filings or anything. I'm talking about his community service. He's had months to complete his community service, but he left it until the last month. And from my reading of the situation, it is now impossible for him to complete his community service before the date of August when his hearing is, I believe it's either August 1st or 2nd. I'm not exactly sure. Now, that might not matter. Now, when we were reading through all the documents, it seemed like he was required to complete his 80 hours of community service by August, but there's probably some leniency there. There is probably some leniency there. By Nick's own words, though, he needs to do 10 more days of community service, and there's only one day available a week. So, with some basic math, right, there's not enough time for him to finish his community service before his August hearing. Additionally, now that this hearing for this HRO is going to be pushed back until August, that means that at the time that Nick goes in to, you know, his good boy check, essentially. So he's going to get a good boy check to see if he's been following the law and remaining law abiding and doing all this stuff. When he goes into the good boy check on August 1st or 2nd, he will have, Judge, I haven't finished my homework yet. The community service is done. Also, I have an HRO against me, which might be very interesting for him. Now, realistically, I don't think much will happen because nothing ever happens. That's just the way it is. Although now that I've said that nothing happens, I guess Nick is going to be executed in August. That's the way it works, right? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I think we're going to gear up for a little bit of entertainment in the Augusts. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? The thing is, these style of HROs, because you can basically get them with just one party, right? Like basically what Aaron did is he went to the courthouse, he wrote down the reasons why Baldo is bad, he sent them to the judge, it was granted, and Nick has not yet had a chance to respond to it or anything. So it's very, since it's just granted so freely, I find it unlikely that this would make a violation of his restraining order. But like I said, you never know with these Minnesota judges. They just can kind of seem to shoot from the hip. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting, I think. It's going to be very interesting. There isn't much more in these documents, though. Oh, wait, actually, there was more stuff. There was some... Yeah, okay, there was just a bunch of streams. Basically, he submitted all of Melton's streams to the judge, which should be a crime against humanity. All right, let's... Oh, yeah. Nick also won his court case against Monty. I forgot to talk about this. But Montegraph has been... well, he sued Nick in the civil court for defamation because Nick said some very mean things about him. This court case has been going on for 900 days at this point. It's like basically 3 years. Monty kept Nick tied up for 900 days. Now, I know, like, I think this is a win for Nick, honestly. It is a lose for him if you look at, like, the money spent, sure. But, like, people saying that, like, this is a win for Monty, that's a bit of a stretch, in my opinion, because Monty was suing for a retraction of his, the defamation claims made against him. So this is absolutely a win, but it's just a win because Nick had more money. Because basically Monty withdrew because he ran out of funds. This wasn't too crazy of a thing to occur because he was asking for about like $100,000 and he raised about $10,000. So he did raise more money than Nick for the defamation lawsuit. But realistically, this was going to be another year. I think the discovery was going to go until December, and it's just very expensive. It's very, very expensive. Nobody can afford a lawsuit unless you have rich parents, apparently. So, I mean, the reality is, Nick has been racking up dubs for the last month until this HRO thing came out. This is the first time. And again, this is a very feminine opinion, but life kind of works in streaks. You win for a while, then you lose for a while, you win for a while. So the question is, by the toe stubbing Nick with his HRO request, is this the end of Nick's streak and the new season of Breaking Baldo? I guess this would be the season 3. Pay up, Nick? That's true. I guess he still owes Monty that money, right? Oh, no, wait. No, I guess not, right? Because it's each party will bear its own costs. I'm not sure. Because the judge did order him to pay like a couple $100 to Monty, right? But then it says here that each party will bear its own costs. So I don't think so. I'm not sure. Nick's never going to pay it anyway because he never pays his parking tickets either. All right, so let's take a quick look at something that. Now I know some of you have seen this. Oh wait, actually I was going to play this. Since it's been literally 900 days, I hope you guys have done something valuable with your time since then. I haven't just fucked around and ruined your life or anything. So I like this clip.
What did you do while you were waiting? Hopefully you didn't just fuck around and waste your life. Ooh wee.
Yeah, I hope you accomplished something good in the last year or something. All right, so let's go to... I never got to see this. If you're like really locked into the Balldoverse, there's going to be some repetition because I know everyone else covered this, but I didn't get a chance to see it. So we're going to go through. This is most likely the best version of the Bodycam we'll ever get. This is from Alyssa Clips, which I've already liked the thing. Look at that. Look at that. So this is the Kiwi Farms rendition of the Nick Rekieta Bodycam footage. It's a Kiwi Farms shitpost. How have you not seen this yet? Hey, look. I haven't streamed about Nick in a month, okay? Now I get to go back and see some stuff. This is good shit, though. This is the best we're going to get. We got to enjoy it.
Police, open up. We got a warrant. We got a warrant. Open up.
Is this like unironically Baker Lester? Isn't it Baker Lester? We love our cops. There's a lot of like very cute little details in this. I'm going to be pausing. If you want to watch it without pausing, go to Alyssa's channel.
Up.
Nick said not to open the door.
Well, we're the police and you gotta let us in. Otherwise, we'll kick that door in.
Nick said not to open the door for cops especially.
This is some high effort shit posting.
You flinched. Nuh-uh. Pussy. Where'd you go? You okay?
I'm here.
All right, let's take a look. We're gonna examine this frame by frame. We're e-fapping this, okay? First of all, very cool animation style. I guess it's like somebody said it was like Tom Goes to the Mayor, which is like an old Adult Swim show. Very funny. Let's have a look in the hallway. You can see the garbage that Nick claimed doesn't exist, and you can see all the way from the child's in the pile of garbage. A bit rude, but it's just a characterization. You can see all the way to the master bedroom in the igloo, and there's the mystery powder is all up there.
Sarge, look.
Just hashtag save Sonny. You can hear him in the background.
Where's the sheriff? He's busy. With what? Sucking wieners.
Sounds about right.
I got the kids. Let them change into some clean clothes, then take them outside. They don't have any. Take them outside then. Sarge found these two hiding in the bedroom. Take them both outside for questioning. Once you get that done, call the sheriff and give him an update. 10-4, Sarge.
Oh my god, this is the most unshoutable picture they could find of Kayla. The April one, I think, is just a mugshot. But it's very, very... Oh, I just noticed there's a fly here too. There's like a little... The details in this is very good. They really put a lot of work into this. High effort shit posting is a lot of fun.
Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Now, 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 now!
We've got a warrant to search the premises, so we need you.
All right, so first of all, there's another cool little detail here you can notice. It's uncanny, the resemblance. Yeah, I love that they actually went forward and put like the little blue like hypoxia fingers in. It's like every frame there's something to appreciate. You have to be like an eagle-eyed observer like myself to actually see it. It's good. It's good too.
You have
He's
the
blue.
right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Now, we want to ask you some questions. A quick interview. We want to get an idea of the layout of the house, where the nanny is at, and who all stays here.
What's
What
your
nanny?
probable cause?
You have the search warrant.
Cool, you have no probable cause.
Are you willing to talk with me?
Sure, you still have no probable cause.
I'm not discussing all that.
This is basically exactly what went down in the transcript of the body cams. So it's very like this is obviously been a little bit embellished for entertainment purposes, but it's like based on a true story and very close to the actual events.
You've been given the search warrant. You should know how this works.
What I know is that you have no probable cause.
Right? So, Kayla's your wife then. Who's the other woman?
She's April. She's just a friend. She's just visiting. She doesn't live here.
She came out of the bedroom.
So she came out of the bedroom.
When I have people over, they don't go in my bedroom.
I don't give a shit what you do.
I'm just asking questions.
You're not. You're making statements.
Where do you stay in the residence?
All over. It's my house.
Do you stay in the master bedroom?
When I'm in there, I stay in there, sure.
Is that where you sleep at night?
Yes.
That's all I needed to know.
I mean, this is why you just don't talk to cops at all. Don't try and outsmart them. Just, even though it's stupid and didn't really give that much information, any bit of information they can use against it, just don't talk to the cops ever. Oh, how's it going, BP? How's Australia treating you?
Do you want to tell me where things are in the house to help expedite the search?
Where what things are.
You saw the warrant. We're looking for controlled substances.
I'm not admitting to anything. That's ridiculous. You still have no probable cause.
We're going to be searching the house. We're going to be contacting family services.
Why?
Because we've already found cocaine in the house. We're not.
The little pouty faces. Every time I see it, it makes me laugh. It's just so funny. It's just like, how is this real? How is this all real?
Here on a whim.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
Yes.
We came here looking for controlled substances. We were only in the house for about 1 minute and already found some.
I don't know anything about that. Just wait until my mom.
All right, so there's another cool detail. I love the little fly flying around. I believe this is Nick's mother. And one of her pill bottles was found inside the master bedroom. And this appears to be Barnes. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure this isn't Nick's father. But, you better call Barnes.
Do you know who my dad is? I'll have all your badges for this.
Where'd you pick it?
And we could have sorted this.
Wait a minute, is that Camelot? Wait a second. There we go. Over there. Sneaky little lad.
Have you been
I need
read
to
your
restretch my
Miranda
push again.
rights?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some questions.
Could I like go get
All right,
my?
hold on a second. I've got a. There's a really fun deal here. Love it. Oh no. Make sure you're spamming in chat. Make sure you're spamming F in chat. Okay. All right, we'll go back. We'll go back a bit. Did you guys see Camelot in the thing? Did we miss that part? The neighbor's Wi-Fi. We'll go back a little bit. We'll go back to when they found. I think that's when my internet went down. As well, went to the Rougette Men's Health and they found Camelot. Yes, the neighbors turned off. But I was having too much fun. There we go.
Have you been read your Miranda rights?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some questions.
Could I like?
All right,
go...
so here's the detail that I was pausing. I was actually pausing at a good time though, because my internet went down at the same time. But you can see here that April has the 3 wolf moons tattoo. Now this is a real tattoo. That's not. This isn't a real tattoo, but it is very funny because this is their wolf pack. You've got the 2 female wolves. Obviously, it's furry art, and you've got the male wolf. But they literally did go to a tattoo convention and get the 2 wolf male, the alpha wolf and the 2 female wolves in the moon and shit. So this again, it's very, very. The details are just great. They're just great.
Go get my purse first. I don't have my phone.
I could get one of the officers to get it for you if you tell me where it is.
It's in the bedroom.
Why is it in there?
It's a good question.
I fell asleep.
You slept in the master bedroom?
Yeah. I like live here. So where else would I sleep?
Right. Silly me.
Sorry, I was looking across the screen for a second. Okay, I think I missed a chat, but there's a fun little crossover reference here. You've got, of course, you've got Aaron, the steel toe. You've got well, I guess the goo wrappers, and you've got some of his underwear. But there's the orange Fanta. That is a Chris Chan reference, if you're unaware. So it seems like Nick's been making his own special cocktails. Yeah, I wouldn't leave. I'd leave that out of the report.
Services are on their way. Do you have any family you could call? Any friends?
Oh, she's in the Delta Quadrant, mate. She's not listening.
Hello?
Why does child services have to get involved?
It's because we found drugs in your house and your daughter tested positive for cocaine.
That's not true.
Yeah, huh? At 10 times the cutoff.
That's not true. In fact, if I had to guess, it was probably you who gave her cocaine.
No.
I mean, that's a fun little edit, but obviously the testing came later, so that's a little bit of this is gilding Lily a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
We got multiple reports about possible child endangerment, but we weren't expecting this.
Aaron.
Who's Aaron?
This is the moment that Kayla perks up. Perfect. Maybe they could go down to Stony's and see if he's there. Oh no. So this is actually the photo that they shared. So if you're unaware, they went down to Las Vegas to do the Aaron fan show or whatever. They literally just talked about Aaron for like 3 days, and they showed this photo, which is kind of, I guess, hypocritical because they were very sad that Aaron would show a nudie picture of Kayla, but it's okay to show him in a hotel room naked under a blanket. Yeah, obviously it's not the same thing as showing someone's tits, but it goes to show you that there's really no moral high ground that they're standing on.
Someone do something about that dog. 10-4, Sarge.
This is the part I was
How's
concerned
the
about.
search going? Slow. We found more drugs in multiple rooms and a couple of loose guns, but the amount of trash is making it an ordeal. What type of drugs? Cocaine, ketamine, and all sorts of pills. Sarge found some more pills. Who's Celeste?
That's the mother.
It's his mother. He
Yeah.
was yelling about her earlier. He's stealing pills from his mom.
I think the pills were like like Nick said, they were like an antiviral drug pill or something, which is kind of like, you shouldn't share medication. That's a very bad thing to do. Don't do that. I can't condone that.
I'm gonna go talk with the kids.
Yeah, shake your pills.
Where
They
was
got
he?
Sonny. He's been rescued, chat. Don't worry. He's okay.
Locked
He's no
in
longer
the
barking.
bathroom, pissing shit everywhere. Gross. I want to ask a couple of questions, if y'all don't mind, and if you don't want to answer, that's fine too. What's it like living here?
It's always something with you. Do you know how busy I am? No, because you don't care, because you only ever think about yourself, because you lack even the basic decency to consider how others feel. So fine, I'll
I
drive
don't know who this guy is.
you to church since you love God so much.
Yeah, this part is a little bit sad, actually.
Get in the car!
Nick, there's nothing to eat.
Well, we've got plenty to drink.
All right, that was really rude. That one's very rude. It's a funny joke, but it's a bit dark. This is a little bit dark, this part. Again, this one's pretty dark as well. And also, you know, no evidence has happened, but people have talked about it.
I'm not gonna hurt you, but I'll fucking kill you.
I think this is an Ethan Ralph reference. Isn't this what Ralph said to like Pantsu or something? And this is obviously the shaking child, yes.
Oh my God. What is like gonna happen to me?
Have you already forgotten the solemn vow I made? Chaos would let the world burn before he let any harm befall his Valkyrie.
I don't know if there's any evidence that Nick said that, but like they literally had a group chat where the code name for Nick was Chaos and April was Valkyrie. I can't remember. I remember Aaron was the pugilist, but I can't remember what Kayla was. But this is just gay enough for Nick to actually say. So even though it's probably not, they probably just made up this part, I believe it.
If ever these deceivers try to lead you astray, remember this and what it means.
That's an awful lot of comfort for just a friend.
I hope you get gonorrhea and die.
That was a real line from the arrest. That's actually in the police report. So that part was true.
Watch your head.
What?
There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was pretty good. Who made that? Somebody with a lot of time. That sort of shitposting requires a lot of effort. I'm not sure I got this one, but let me see. I think when my internet disconnected, Richard Grubber sent 5 and it says, as Sean says, every word is another nail they will use to seal your fate. So I can't bring that up on screen, but thank you. Chill Station says with a 2. This reminds me of that old show Angela Anaconda. I think it like reminds me of like, yeah, Angela Anaconda, I remember that too, but it's like there's Tom Goes to the Mayor, I think is what it was. Tom Goes to the Mayor. It's like an old Adult Swim show, but I guess it's kind of the same style. I guess that's the inspiration. Like that was a very high effort. Like I wish my shit posting was that good. See, this is the Tom Goes to the Mayor. Like, it must have taken them forever. So like, it's so sad because every time I do a stream and I'm like, all right, well, there'll be no Baldo for a month now because nothing interesting will happen. Then all these like good shit posts come out and I can't show them. What the fuck? Windows 10 support ends soon. Remind me later. What the fuck is that? Anyway, I guess my computer's about to fucking die. Visit Hedonism 2 says, hope to see you soon, Josh. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. All right. So going on to various other Baldo stuff. First of all, people are trying to prove some sort of conspiracy. This one came up and said, some people are wondering lately if there's any proof of Meme Copium and LawTube Sean. I guess Sean's blocked this guy because he's a weirdo. Colluding with Aaron Eamholt, and this clip would seem to prove it. Let's have a look. Now, this is a shot of Aaron's DMs, and you can see there that on October 12th, I messaged Aaron, and I said, sure, if something is told to me in confidence, I don't bring it up. It's collusion. It's the Stony Wall Alliance. I don't know why people are so obsessed with this idea that like we're all getting together. No, it's just we're all making fun of Nick, and Aaron's not funny enough to make fun of. So that's the collusion, okay? Nick is a piece of shit and funny to make fun of. Aaron is also a piece of shit, but he's boring, so I don't talk about him very much. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But yes, you can call it a toe-spiracy if you want. I just wanted to say that there's no secret thing going on. Maybe I don't know if Sean has talked to Aaron more. I think the last time I talked to Aaron was like a month ago or something. Basically, he was venting about something. I was like, okay, that sucks, bro. That sucks, bro. Yeah, the toes. I don't get it. So no one has explained to me yet. Nobody has explained to me yet why the toe is so interesting to like A-Log. Because if nothing happens with Nick, I don't talk about Nick. It's been a month since the last stream. But they literally talk about him every fucking single day. Oh, that's right. Like, Nick also paid like $1,000 to somebody to compile a bunch of clips of Aaron that was just like talking about Nick. So some guy did it, and they had to shame Nick into paying him because he was such a cheapskate. But then they made this allegation that the toe had talked about Nick for like, what was it, 40,000 times? Like 40,000 times since this all started, which I think is like 100 times a day on average, which is just, there's just no way. There's just no fucking way that's true. They're just pulling these numbers out of their ass. Probably when they're looking for their spare Vibraldos or something. But who can say? Who can say? All right. What else we got here? What else we got here? It's also been 1,000 days. Actually, when was this post? A couple of days ago. It has been 1,000 days since Nick Rekieta hit 5K paying locals members and promised them a gift. It would all be thrown in the bonfire with the many promises and obligations Nick Rekieta has failed to keep, instead of extending his energy and resources on making Aaron Eamholt pay for agreeing to Nick's request to plow our wife, Nick Rekieta. I mean, the Kayla Rekieta. Is there any, like, if you're a 5K locals subscriber, press 1 on chat. I am not, so I don't have to worry about this. But Nick is saying something about that. Let me see. Where was that? Here it is. This is Nick's Nick talking about the 5K locals gift. I haven't liked this one by Alyssa Clip yet. I'll like it right now. There we go. Nick Rekieta, he's too busy to fulfill the 5K locals gift, community service, and his big-brained idea. Let's check this out at 1.25 speed.
My goal is to get. So I bought a laser engraver to make the 5K gifts.
So it's, by the way, it's a laser engraver. It's probably something flat and stupid. So I'm expecting it to be coasters. Maybe, I mean, I guess you could use a laser engraver for other things, but it's almost certainly going to be coasters. So congratulations, 5K local gift people. You're going to get nose before hose coasters. I hope you've enjoyed wasting 3 years for that.
About this a couple times, but I bought that. I have the laser engraver. I don't have it set up right now. I've got a couple things happening here at home that will allow me to get the laser engraver set up very soon. yes, so
2 more weeks. Just trust the plan. The Baldo things. The 5K locals. It's happening.
5K, like a mild spoiler on it. The 5K locals gift, the first 5K will be it's a laser engraved thing. I just was going to have someone else do the laser engraving, but now it'll be me doing the laser engraving and getting that set up as soon as I can. And yeah, there's just been, it's kind of like I'm kind of busy, and my brain gets pulled in a lot of directions because I'm being sued all over the fucking place and criminally convicted and all sorts of other shit. And I'm trying to,
I mean, yeah, but you've had 1,000 days to get this done. The reason that the locals gift isn't done yet is because Nick is impossible to work with because he's insufferable. And basically, there was some guy that was going to do all the laser engraving, but Nick refused to take anything into his house. He's like, I want you to engrave it. I want you to make it, engrave it, then mail it out. And I don't want it to ever touch my house. Because the idea of him putting, I guess, something in an envelope is much too strenuous for his paying local gift people. But now he has to do it one by one by one by one. And he's probably going to suffocate on laser engraving fumes if he doesn't properly ventilate his house.
resolve those. The big civil lawsuit is gone for
It's
now.
going to take a long
right? Like
time.
it's gone. I guess something could come up, but for now it's gone. So that's great. I've got this stupid restraining order to get past. Aaron.
All right, let me see. The chat thinks that Aaron is going to win the restraining order. Now, Sean has said that he doesn't think so, and I don't think so either. But you never know. You never know. Minnesota is very strange. But this is actually something that I've mentioned a couple times in a couple of recent streams. But what I love doing recently, and this is a guilty pleasure, you shouldn't do this, but I love going to... Sorry, I got to cough a second. I'm getting the black lung pop. It's not very well ventilated down in the laser engraving mines. I love going to Alyssa Clip's channel, and then she'll put up something, and then I see if Stalin has the same clip, and it's usually about Sean. And then I see the two different communities. And it's so funny, because Sean will be like, Sean will say something like, well, the Baldos won 3 in a row. It's a streak. Also, Aaron's not going to succeed in the HRO. And then all the Alyssa Clip people are like, oh, base Sean. He loves his sandwiches and stuff. And then all the Stalin people are like, this retard Sean doesn't understand that Nick's on a winning streak. And also he's going to win against Aaron in the restraining order. It's really bizarre. The people at like the Devilverse people have all congregated on Stalin's channel. And no matter what is said in the clip, they just say that the person is bad. Unless it's like literally like Melton saying Aaron bad. It's very crazy. Like it's like you've got 2 islands and they just have to be against each other. It's very fun. It's very fun. So I would like that. I would like for Alyssa and Stalin to collaborate and upload exactly the same clip so I can watch these 2 tribes going about and evolving in their own way. It's very interesting to me. Energy King with a 5 says, Nick would have done the 5K gift if not for fat Sean and Aaron. They ruined everything. That's true. That's true. Aaron especially, because he stopped boning Kayla, and now Nick has to do it himself.
Imholt will be sentenced on October 2nd, and there's another thing that we may briefly talk about in regards to that, but he'll be sentenced on October 2nd, and then very likely there will be a follow-up.
God bless the goal
to that sentencing.
The goal, chat.
Coming from me, but and I've got these HROs, like I said, or this HRO. It's one against me, one against Patrick Melton. I think of them as in the same vein. That's why I use plural. But
like I said, I don't think that either of these will be granted after they get reviewed. And I believe that Melton has spent thousands of dollars already hiring local counsel. But it would be so funny if Melton was not allowed to talk about Aaron further because he has no other content. He's this weird creature that it's evolved in such a way that he can only talk about Aaron Imholt all day, every day. And then he's gathered up these little polyp type things. You know how like male, what are they called? Male anglerfish. Male anglerfish will attach themselves to a giant female anglerfish, and they just become like parasitic creatures on the side of them. That's kind of what like the Devilverse people are like. They're like, Melton's like the big anglerfish, and he's just sitting there with his mouth open, waiting for Aaron to say anything so we can talk about it for 2 hours. And then you have these other characters that have attached themselves to him. So it'd be very funny if they weren't allowed to talk to Aaron. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Let's wait and see what happens.
So sorry.
He's also alluded to suing Sean for what? What? How could he possibly sue Sean for what? I guess it would be the old classic. tortious interference with business prospects or something. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. That's the only answer, right? Or is it defamation, right? Eating too many sandwiches? Yeah, maybe.
I get kind of distracted because there's all this pressing shit. Plus, I have my own probation. I've been doing community service a little bit. It's kind of funny, like the community service. So effectively, I have to do 10 days of work. I've done 2.
And look how poor he's doing. So wait, is this the clip? Hold on a second. In one of these clips, there's a very funny little detail. I've got to do 10 days of work, chat. I'm not going to make it. 10 days of, like, just kill me now. Just kill me. He's gonna go raccoon himself in the pond or whatever.
It's hard to do more though, because there's just not.
I know there is the detail here. Hold on.
The way our county does it, there's just not.
There's a little detail here. Let's have a look at this. All right, get rid of that. Let's see. Look at this. Good little sword. What's going on here, Nick? What's going on here? What's this? What's this? Now, I don't think this is a track mark. Some people have said it is. I don't think so. I don't think he's injecting. I think what's happening is he went outside for the first time in like the last year, and then he got hot and sweaty, and he started scratching. And there's so much bacteria under his nails that anywhere he scratches gets infected. So I mean, this happens to everybody. Don't scratch yourself. Mosquitoes, mosquito bites, scratching. I think it's scratching. It is just funny though. It's just very funny.
Time available.
Bed bugs. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
They'll only take so many workers per day. And when I say so many, it's like 6. So if you know, and some of these people are coming over from the jail or whatever to do their work. So if you're not in jail, like if you're like me and you're on probation but you're released, you have to sign up for an available day. Like when I asked about this week, there was 1 day available. And that's not going to work because it was my Lady Rackets and I's anniversary. So I didn't really want to work on that day. And, you know, so.
I mean, he doesn't want to work on any day. But I feel like when you have the looming specter of going to prison, you're on probation, why didn't you just get this out of the way first? This is literally the kid who has their homework assignment and they're like, oh, I'll hammer it out the night before. And then they go and actually look at the assignment and actually they realize that you have to do various different, like it's going to take like a fucking week and there's just no time left. He's not asking for a week. He's not asking for a day. Just give me 1 more hour. Just give me 1 more hour to finish this. But yeah, there's no way he can make it now. So I don't know. I think it won't be an issue. Like realistically, for some reason, Nick just seems to get away with all of it. But it would be very funny if him being lazy and then Aaron giving him the HRO, and then because of Aaron's incompetence and getting a lawyer, he somehow pushed this over the date, and then Nick actually gets something for his violation of probation. That would be very funny.
I'm working 1 day next week because there was only 1 day next week too. Oftentimes that's all they have. But I have
which means he can't finish the 10 days before August.
Essentially work 10 days, but it's like a struggle session to get 1 day a week. And I would love to do more than that. Frankly, I'd love to hammer it out. Like this is just
10. This is just such a snide comment. Like, oh, it's so funny. Yeah, you wouldn't want to miss that anniversary. I wonder if they're celebrating Energy King in April's Energy King and Kayla's anniversary, or Kayla and Aaron's anniversary as well. Oh my goodness, yeah, like you wouldn't want to lose that important day that you remember the day you got married and promised to be each other's only for the rest of your life. That is actually very funny. I didn't even realize that. Nick said, BobTube said with 5, Nick's touring school speaking about drugs. This is the man I want telling my kids how to live. Yeah, he's going to talk about his big brain idea.
10 days total. I have 8 left. It won't be that big of a deal. I don't mind doing the work. It's the how do I describe them? The community service supervisors. They're cool. Like they're nice. They don't care. Like they've dealt with worse people than you. And so all you do is you go in and you just do your work. And like the other day I mowed lawn.
They've also dealt with better people than him.
The lawns of the correctional, or not the correctional, the community service building. Like I mowed the area because I happen to know how to operate a riding lawnmower. Not everybody who goes there does. So
you just drive it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what they like. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. He should be picking up trash and cleaning toilets. They're getting him on the riding mower. That's basically a treat. If you ask any man, do you want to mow a lawn on the ride-on lawnmower? You'd probably get everyone doing it for free, just for the joy of it. It's fun. He's like, oh man, this fucking work. I've got to drive the ride-on motor. No, make him push the motor. Give him one of those stupid, like, you know, like it's got like the metal cage and you push it. It's like the cylinder and the two wheels. Come on. Come on now. This is cruel and unusual punishment. He's riding in the sun on a motor in, oh fuck. All of us should be so lucky. Holy shit. How many lawns have I rode? Mowed in on a ride on one. I've done it once. Okay. I've done it once. When I was doing not volunteer work, but like when I was a kid, we helped clear some shit off of a golf course, like cutting down pine trees, and then they let us mow the lawns as well. And then they paid us like a very small amount, and we used that money to buy a tree house. Because like our neighbor was like a builder, and he would buy the materials for the tree house, and we had like a professional, like it was like a real house in a tree. It was very cool. Because yeah, it was just a very good tree house. So we that's how we paid for it. They also unironically made us work in the mines underneath someone's house. We had to like dig out someone's foundation. So unironically, when I was a child, I was yearning for the mines.
That's what I got to do. It was easy. It was great. I like driving those things around anyway. They're fun.
Everybody does.
But yeah, so trying to manage that and everything. It just, my brain gets pulled in a million.
All right, chat. Do you want, if I said you have 1 hour, you're allowed to ride the mower around and cut grass, would you do it? Or would you say no? Like it's like, okay, you can ride the mower for free and cut the grass. 1, if you would say yes to that, or 2, if you'd say no, fuck that. I feel like everyone enjoys this, right? It's fun. Forget it meme. It's Candy Ojai. Yeah. Yeah, it's Candy Ojai. I mean, I feel like Nick should commit some more crimes so we can do some more community service. Like everyone wants to do this. It sounds like so much fun.
But I will get the laser engraver set up. Then it'll just be tweaking a few design things to make sure I'm getting the right thing that I want to send out, and then we'll get them sent out.
All right, we gotta ask the chat a new poll. Do you think the 5K local gift will ever happen? Will he figure out the laser engraver? Let me see. Will Nick figure out the laser? I guess laser's with an S, right? There we go. I feel like this is never going to happen. I feel he's going to break everything and it's going to get too hard. Or he's going to fumigate himself or something.
Next up, cleaning toilets. So other people, like, they did have to do that. Sometimes, you know,
make him clean the toilets.
In our county, there's no alternative stuff.
It's not right.
Like, some people are like, oh, maybe you can lead like an AA group or something, or do some speeches. I was like, they should probably, like, a good thing would be to send me around, just because I have a background in public speaking, to different places to do like talks about sobriety and talks about the downsides of drug use and stuff. Like, you could send me to a high school or something. I don't know. Or talk about like being sober from alcohol.
Oh my goodness. The best person to talk about this. A man that desperately wishes he was back on drugs. Yeah. Send Nick to the high school. And Nick actually thinks this is a good idea.
Almost at 100 days, by the way. But like, I could go speak about sobriety or something, and I offered to do, like, I was like, do you guys do anything like that? Do you because, you know, I have a demonstrated record of being a public speaker, so I could go do that in case you guys don't have anyone.
I mean, live streaming is not the same as public speaking. Now, I know that Nick has done stand-up, and I've seen it. It's not very good. Maybe he has done some public speaking, but like, oh, look at me, I'm talking to 700 people right now. How many of the 700 people like the stream so far? Only 200? It's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, if there was 700 real people sitting in an auditorium, I'd be shitting myself. There's no way I could go on. It's not the same. Being behind a screen in the comfort of your own home is a lot easier than public speaking. But seriously, if we get over 400 people to like this stream, then YouTube sends out the notifications to more people, and then more people get to see how pathetic Nick is. So be sure to hit that like button. But Nick thinks this is a great idea. The kids are gonna love it. I've seen his stand-up, and frankly, he should get more ride-on mower days for that.
Or I would be happy to lead like an AA group or something like that, or to, you know, any.
I was gonna make this is a stupid joke. I was gonna say the only AA group that he'd be leading is the AA Ron fan club, because it's like Aaron, you know, he's like the Aaron fan club. Anyway, Dave with the £2 says he should just admit the gift isn't coming. I agree.
Sort of thing. And they said, nope, we don't do that here. You got to go to like a city for those things. Out here, there's just 2 guys and they do like a lot of maintenance around the county, and you just do whatever they need to do. Like you might be changing oil or washing county vehicles.
They should make him try and change oil. I don't think he can do it. I want to see this man suffer, struggling to change oil.
Or you might be putting up signs like I did the first time, or mowing a lawn. And sometimes it means going to the county parks and cleaning the bathrooms. I haven't rolled that shitty dice yet, so hopefully I don't have to.
Just give me that. You owe me this one. Just make him clean toilets. Make him suffer. He hasn't suffered at all. It's not right. It's not right. He got away with it. He keeps winning. He can't keep getting away with it. Oh, no.
Paul E123 says, you keep saying drugs are awesome, but illegal. Do you think you're the right person to talk to kids? Have you ever listened to anyone speak about sobriety?
Yes. That like literally everybody has, because they have like the DARE in America or whatever the equivalent is in the country that I was in. I remember they brought in like some meth addict with like a face that was caved in and had no teeth. And he's like, you want to be like this? Then you're going to do some drugs, eh? Like they get in like the worst people that are absolutely disgusting so that you like get scared straight. But I guess New Zealand's like different, you know, like over like, so I think like this might be like a unique thing to New Zealand. And I believe Australia as well. But for example, like when you get a cigarette packet, they have to have pictures of cancer on it. So Americans will like buy a cigarette packets. You get like Lucky Strikes or whatever. It's got a little like red circle or whatever. If you go to Australia and try and buy some cigarettes, there's literally a picture of some guy's eye melting, or like someone with throat cancer, or like a mutant child. Every single picture of cigarettes, every single carton of cigarettes has those on them. Actually, BP, you can test this. And when you go into the dairy to go buy your crunchy bars or your Tim Tams or whatever, ask to have a look at a pack of cigarettes and just see how disgusting they are. Is it the same in the UK? Okay. All the Commonwealth nanny states countries do it. The same in most places, really? What's really funny is if you get like, you can buy like, oh, I mean, I've never actually bought a packet of cigarettes, so I wouldn't know. But I know a lot of smokers. What people would do is they would buy the different body parts. So you get like 2 packets with eyes, one with like a mouth, and then with a nose, or that's like decaying, and then like a mouth, and you make like a little face thing, and you put it in front of your own face. It's like a Halloween costume, kind of spooky actually. Let's see. Suki's a pro with 5 says, I hope the toe and the nose have to do community service together. Fingers crossed. That would be the best ending to this if they both go to jail and they're sharing a cell. The real question is, who do you think would get the top bunk, Nick or Aaron? It's fun to think about, isn't it?
At high school. Do you remember being in high school and listening to them?
Yes.
You know, some of the things that are very common expressions amongst recovering addicts or whatever is stuff like, you'll never feel the same as you did on the substance, because what they're trying to do is like give a little bit of the reality. And they want to warn people though, like you're setting yourself up for failure because you'll chase the high. Are you retarded? Like, do you chase a bad thing? People don't do that.
Yes. Like all the time, people. Are you joking? People always chase bad things because they're seductive. They're tempting. What do you mean by that? People chase bad relationships. People chase abusive friends. People chase scams. People chase drugs. Like, what do you mean?
If I go to a high school though, and you ask me to public speak at a high school, I'm not going to be like, "Hey guys, drugs are so cool." Like,
that's what you say in public. Why wouldn't you say that at high school? You would say, "Oh man, I love those drugs so much. If the government wasn't preventing me from having drugs, I'd be on them right now." Oh my goodness, Mr. Libertarian. Yeah.
You moderate your speech for the
Siggy butt exodia. Yes, that's what they call it now. The Siggy butt exodia.
Environment you're in. Is this a thing people don't do? Like, do you guys speak the same in church as you do in like a bar or like with your best friends? Like, it's.
What do you mean by
this
that?
Is such a weird concept to me that people act like no one knows how to choose an appropriate level of vernacular for the situation that you're in.
But every time you're in public, you say this stupid as shit. Why would they give you the benefit of the doubt? It's not just on live streams. People have seen you in public and Anime Matsuri and what is her name? Chrissy Mayer's stand-up. You're always saying this retarded shit. It's like, well, I'll just be normal for a change. Well, why can't you just do that right now? Just be normal, for God's sake.
And if you think that they're going to let me go up and speak without approving my speech, like you're out of your fucking mind. Like, I'd have to write a presentation, but it doesn't matter because I don't get to do it, right? They don't offer that in the county. And by the way, to answer,
this is just like fucking Rumble. The Rumble contract is like, just put me on the team, Rumble. Just put me on the team. I'm going to make Rumble the best website ever. And then they just no contract for him. Okay.
your question.
The Babadook. Yeah, I was thinking about the Babadook clip. Why can't you just be normal? I need to make that. I need to make that into a part of the StreamYard thing.
Absolutely. Of all the people I've seen, this is going to sound horrifically hubristic, but I don't mean it this way. But of all the people I've ever encountered talking to,
all right, let him cook. This is going to sound stupid. Let's see what he says.
Talking to teenagers or high schoolers about drug use and addiction, I think I would be among the very best at it.
One of your kids tested positive for cocaine, though, so clearly you're not very good at it. I mean, like, you know, most families don't have a child that tests positive for cocaine. All right, so I mean, just come on now. What do you mean?
At this point in time, to answer your question, yeah, I think I'm the right person to do it because everybody else I've seen do it's a fucking dork.
Oh my gosh. He's going to say how cool he is, isn't he?
And I'm not a fucking dork. I'm just a dork.
Ah, he said it. Oh my goodness. It's so, oh man. I like that 1 month away from the Baldo was great, but then you can like go back into this world and you just see how stupid it is. Like, oh my goodness. How did they ever leave? How did they ever leave?
The first reason we didn't get the first 5K gift was cocaine. Have a little faith, folks. He's sober now. Love you, buddy.
It actually wasn't, but that's fucking funny. Damn it. Cotton 4K. The Squid says your county does community service in the dumbest ways. Mine allows either working for the city or what I did, which is volunteering at an animal shelter.
I'm not sure they want to have Nick volunteer at the animal shelter either. It's like, all right, Nick, go look after the baby kittens. It's like, all right, where's the cage and the nearest puddle? What do you mean? The animal shelter? I don't think so.
My only problem with my community service is that at my sentencing hearing, what the prosecutor said, and this is not me calling out the prosecutor or anything like that. I'm very happy with how sentencing went and all that stuff. But the prosecutor said, we don't want to just have him pay a fine.
Yeah, because money doesn't really mean anything if you've got like a trust fund, obviously.
We want him to engage in pro-sober community service activities. And so to me, a pro-sober community service activity would be like sober advocacy. Or maybe like I would work as a designated driver or something, you know, something to help out with.
Can I just Judge, can I just drive my Mustang around for my community service? That seems like a real penalty there. Let me just drive my little sports car around or like get the navigator out or something. Yeah, that's oh my goodness. Can I like, you know, you'd like sign up to Uber or some shit so he like double dip on his community service. Like, you just know. Come on now. Drive around. Why don't you pay your fucking parking tickets? Or not parking tickets, speeding tickets. Why don't you pay those first? It's funny, they're like, there's all these different things that Nick could have done. The only thing that they've found that he could do, though, was put up signs and cut grass so far.
Some of the pitfalls of alcohol use, like people who DUIs and stuff. I could operate a community, like a rideshare thing for sober. I don't know, something like that. To me, that would be pro-sober activities that could be done. Something that would actually be pro-sober. But like the community service that I'm doing isn't pro-sober activity within the community. It's just maintenance of community property. And it's like, well, what does that have to do with sobriety? And that when they specifically say they want me in the community being pro-sober, like that isn't happening in any way. That's
maybe they wanted him to be in the community doing these things, but then they saw his show or just how annoying he is to deal with. And they're like, you know what? Why don't you just cut grass by yourself? Let's just put him away. This is like when you give the retarded kid in class like a special job. It's like their job. Like, oh, he's the one that gets to carry the letters to the principal. Oh, he's the one that gets to go, I don't know, gets the sandbox first or something like that, you know. Oh, look, it's Scarecrow in the chat. How's it going, Scarecrow? It's been a while. Let me see. Scarecrow with a 5 says, pro-sober means activities where he has to be sober to perform them. Weasel words as usual. English majors, everyone. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I mean, that sounds very reasonable. That sounds very reasonable. I mean, I assume you're not allowed to do your community service drinking. Although it would be pretty fun. Like if you could just drink alcohol and drive the fun little lawn cart around, that'd be pretty good. I mean, I'd pay to do that, I think.
Tangible. So my only problem with it is conceptual. But I don't really care at the end of the day. I just want to be done. So I'm not fucking complaining.
Why don't you start months ago? Like, wasn't Nick sentenced in like May or something? If there's 1 week, if you can only do 1 day a week, you had 10 weeks. You left your homework to the last minute, and now you're like, oh shit. I guess it was just too important to get back. I guess it was too important to get back into the Karen Reed trial, right? Got to get those numbers up, boy. Oh dear me, dear me. Oh yeah, we got this. So this is the hair check. I was going to show this earlier. I don't know. Like I'm feeling pretty good about my hairline right now. Now the geniuses, the trust, what is it? Brain Trust over at Kiwi Farms have projected what Nick's hair is going to look like in approximately 2 months, and according to all the scientific projections, this is what Nick will be looking like. Oh no, it's like too close to me. No. Oh dear, oh dear. I am feeling so good at the moment. Oh dear. He's bald. Well, not yet, but he will be. He will be. That's just too. I just saw this. Someone made this. I don't know who, but I stole this photo and I thought that was very funny. The Norwood Reaper comes for us all, Nick. You just have to embrace it. All right, let me see. What is this? Oh, this is about Sean. This is called, but like the video first, of course, for Alyssa. Nick Rekieta is still a lawyer. Sean just wants to be the darling of the sector.
Winston Smith says, how can someone used to be a lawyer? A lawyer is someone who graduated law school. I know.
Yeah, I think the difference is like a lawyer has to pass the bar, but an attorney is licensed to, actually be a lawyer. So Nick is a lawyer, but he's not an attorney, is the way I understand it. I could be wrong, though.
A lot of people have been saying that, like, you're not a lawyer anymore. It's like, no, I'm just not licensed to practice in Minnesota. Currently, my license is suspended. I'm not licensed to practice anywhere. In theory, I could actually go and apply. Like I'd have to tell the state that I was not in good standing in Minnesota and why. But in theory, I could go apply in another state to take their bar or be admitted under a different rule, for example. There's nothing preventing me from doing that. And there's nothing currently preventing me from
not in Minnesota. Is that
pursuing the reinstatement of my license in Minnesota, except time and money. And so, like, I'll get to those eventually. But yes, it's a weird thing. But it's a thing Sean has given into because Sean has tried to become the darling of Kiwi Farms. And so all of Sean's...
I don't think this is true. I think Sean just is on Kiwi Farms. I don't think that Sean moderates his opinion to appease the Kiwis. Like Sean has said a lot of things that go against, like saying that Aaron's going to fail most likely going to fail the HRO. That's not what people want to hear. There definitely is a market for just telling people like, oh, everything's going to go bad to Nick. But realistically, that's not what Sean's been saying. Sean's been saying very clearly that Nick's on a W streak, and that's true. He is. He got the body cam was blocked for now. Maybe it'll come back. Very unlikely at this point, though. Monty's lawsuit was a W for him, even though he did spend, I guess, hundreds of thousands of dollars, perhaps. He got this. He got Aaron to. He got Aaron to breach his restraining order. These are all W's for Nick, and now he's getting to ride on the mower and have fun in the sun, even though it's killing him. Like it's literally melting his skin. He doesn't look too good, bros. So these are all W's, and that's why I'm kind of interested about this HRO hearing because, like I said, Nick left his community service to the last month. Now it's not going to be finished by the time of his hearing, and he's also going to have this HRO looming over his head. Will the judge care? Most likely not. But it's got to be weighing on his head. That's probably why he didn't stream tonight. Because he realized that like every time he gets nervous, he can't stream anymore. He's got a performance anxiety. But as I understand it, Rougette Men's Health can help you with that. Scabro says, oh, I already did that, sorry. This one. You notice he only cared about community service after Aaron's plea hearing. Service would have gotten in the way of documenting Steel Toe Morning Show and our wife. He's just paying people to watch it though, right? It is very funny when Nick shares like a clip. Like Nick will sometimes share photos on Twitter and he screenshots his phone and he's got like YouTube Premium. So it keeps playing YouTube, whatever he's watching on YouTube in the little box. And all of his screenshots are like got like the fucking Melton show on. So he literally can't even stop watching for a second. Even during his own streams, he's still watching that show. He just has his headphones in and he's like actually watching Melton show or whatever those chicks that talk about him or whatever. And that's why you can see him in the chat while he's doing live streams. They're phoning it in, but he just doesn't care about anything anymore. Except beating Aaron.
Sean has tried to become the darling of Kiwi farms, and so all of Sean's opinions are whenever there's an issue that the sector is at all concerned with, all of Sean's opinions are sculpted with a bias towards guzzling the farms. He thinks he can do it. Sean, you can't do it. It's temporary in nature, and it's usually because the person that you're aligning with the farms against, like their interest is that person, and you become like this an accessory that they can use to get a reaction or an opinion or whatever they want. But it's related.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like unironic jealousy. Like, because Nick used to be the darling of the farms. They used to like glaze him in his thread. And he used to be able to go to his thread after every stream and just watch people glazing him day after day after day. And you know what he sounds like? He sounds like a jaded girlfriend who's like, that guy will be nice to you, but he's just using you for sex, and then you're just going to get thrown away and torn out. You think you can be that enough for him? You can't. He's going to do to you what he did to me. This is what he's like. He's literally like, it's just he's the jilted ex. Take me back, Kiwi Farms. I love you. I'll change. I'll change my hair. I'll lose that weight. I'll say. I don't know. What is Kiwi Farms like? I'll say bad things about Ralph. I don't know. I mean, Kiwi Farms is so varied, right? I'll talk about Foodie Beauty again. Just love me again.
To the target more often than you, and so he's tried to become a darling of the sector and Kiwi Farms and all that. And who knows what he's done? Like who knows how much underage futa he has sent to Josh Moon. But that said, he's adopted this thing where they're like, you're not even a lawyer anymore. He's like, well, no, I don't practice, and my license, I'll get it back eventually. It's just low on my priority list because I have a bunch of other shit that I need to fix first.
Will he get his lawyer license back yet? I mean, he can't even finish his community service. You think he can finish his CLEs? How much CLEs? Isn't it like 100 hours or something? That's not going to happen.
But yeah, you're right. Actually, though, when I got my license suspended for failure to keep up with my continuing education, I actually forgot how to do everything else, and I forgot.
Well, he's accusing Josh Moon of being a Shotokan or something, because apparently there's like some old cringe Roblox messages from Josh Moon. I'm not sure if they're real though, or maybe they're just jokes. I don't know. I don't think that Null's actually into that. I think that's just like a weird, embarrassing moment or something. But the app, yeah, it's. I guess it's guilt by association. Very, very weird comment to say.
All legal concepts and all my analysis is now immediately wrong.
All right. Well, I mean, Nick's analysis is all wrong just anyway. So that's kind of true. All right, let me see. Let me clear this. Let me clear these tabs up for a second. We don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. All right, we got here. All right, let me see. This one's called It's Okay to Make Jokes About Kids. Let's see what it is. Let's see what this one is.
I haven't done anything to merit a restraining order. And
do you think he hasn't done anything? He hasn't done anything to merit a restraining order. He just brought this fat retard to Minnesota so they could watch the hearing, then go to Stony's and then pay $1,000 to collect his favorite compilation of clips of Aaron and then broadcast it across the internet. And spent the last year talking about Aaron and thinking about his goo. Yeah, he's off to a good start. This 4 seconds in, we're off to a good start.
Frankly, neither has Patrick Melton. Patrick Melton has made a couple off-color jokes.
I think it was isn't it like a 6-minute video by Third World Aristocrat? Let me have a look at this. How long is this, the Patrick Melton compilation? Third World. Let me have a look at this. That was a banger of a video, by the way. Where was it? Was it 3 minutes? I thought it was 6 minutes. Did he edit this? Is it only 3 minutes? Okay, I thought it was much longer than that. All right, whatever. Still, they're pretty creepy comments.
About Aaron's daughter, but those are jokes about someone that Aaron talks about publicly. You don't have to like them. I don't have anything negative to say about those.
I mean, they're pretty bad. Should we just watch it again? If it's only 3 minutes, should we just watch it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at these comments that was made by Patrick Melton. This is from Third World Aristocrat. You can see I've already liked the video.
You're a fucking uncommitted loser. You don't give a fuck about anything. And yet you pretend to be a victim about everything. Again, fuck your wife. Fuck your children. Fuck your children. Fuck your little brown mulatto children. Fuck them in their little asses. Yeah, I hope they bleed walking around Neverland Ranch.
That's a very strange comment, by the way. Obviously.
You can't help having child porn if someone just sends you child porn. So when people piss me off from now on, I'm just going, here's some child porn. And I know now I'm going to get so much child porn in my mail. Fucking die.
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Joke's on you. I save it and jack to it. I save it and jack to it. I save it and jack to it. Is that illegal to say? That's not. I fuck kids.
Allegedly.
I dare you to be trapped in a fucking coal mine with a kid and not fuck it.
Oh, God.
My name is...
Oh, no.
Imagine what...
All right, this is the, I forgot about this. Well, not really, but I kind of forgot about this. They made like an AI voice of Aaron's children so that they could send in these weird sexualized message and then giggle about it on their show where they talk about nothing but Aaron. Yeah, I think that kind of would earn him a restraining order. I think that's valid.
I think of my daddy, Aaron, when I'm older and see all of his videos.
No.
I can't wait until I'm 18 and come on Patrick's show and come at the same time as Patrick.
Jesus.
It will be glorious. Catch you losers on OnlyFans in 5 years.
I'm not sure if this is actually her face. Obviously, the voice is AI and it's not her voice. But I believe that this is her face. You can see that Third World Aristocrat has blurred the face and the name. Maybe it's just a random photo. I don't know. But they were literally saying these things about a man's daughter. It's like, well, he talked about his daughter, so I guess it's fair game. I don't. Maybe in the US, I guess, but like, there's just a level of decency. Like, there's some things you don't go for, right?
Hugs and kisses, boo.
I too can't wait until you are 18.
Or as cup holders. And she's singing like, dude, she's right. Your daughter's got a cup holder too. I hate to tell you. Turn her upside down. Oh boy.
Stop talking about my precious children. Meet me outside. I'm not having fun at all.
Fuck your kids. And I mean literally. Like, by the time I'm divorced, she'll be 18. She might spread from me. I'm not opposed to talking about fucking shit imhole. Not now. She's way, way, way too tight. Anything goes. Except taking little No one's into your kid. And by the way, if I was gonna fuck children, I'd find hotter ones. Your daughter's ugly and fat. Bring me a hot 10-year-old. Andy's got...
I mean, that's a pretty weird comment.
Gonna be a boy, because I want to really feel him fight back. This person reached out to me and let me know of some turmoil that's been caused by my program, apparently, for 3 children. I won't say their name. And 3 children very close to Aaron, asking me to back off, please, for the children. Look, Nick Rekieta says he's not retarded.
I mean, like, the mother of the daughter, like, is like, look, I know you've got a beef with this dude, but can you just not talk about my kids? And she's like, well, no, I sorry, I can't do that. Like, come on now.
Nick Rekieta told me I could come on your grave. He told me I could come on your mother's grave.
Where are the kids? Where are your kids? Where are
He's looking through Aaron's Instagram.
your children?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he made a couple comments. Sure, just a couple. It's a bit weird. Yes, all the maps belong on the wall. You can see that you've got the custom wood chipper emoji if you join as a member. It's a bit of a plug for the channel. But yeah, I think that I think Melton deserves his HRO, but it's kind of weird because he does live in Las Vegas, and Minnesota has like this ability to just reach into other states, which is kind of strange. So who knows? But like Nick, I don't see that one going forward, but it is very funny that he's kept it going this long as it is.
Kids at all. Like I said, my kids miss them, and they always had a good time hanging out and stuff like that. So I don't have anything to participate in on that front. But that being said, like I'm smart enough to know like what's a joke and what isn't a joke. And
this is actually not true, because multiple times Nick just does not realize when people are joking, including when people sing through AI voices of Keanu. So this is actually factually inaccurate. Nick is not smart enough to know when someone's telling a joke.
I think most other people are too. I think many of them are just dishonest about it.
What a fucking comment. Even Vito isn't that creepy. Exactly.
But
bit loud.
Here's the thing. Making jokes about someone's kid is not illegal and is not restrictable. And if you ask someone to stop making jokes, like, will you stop making jokes about my kid? They can say no. They can say no.
Yeah, maybe they can. But for God's sake, man, just don't talk about it. Don't name them. I don't name your kids, okay?
What they can't do is make the jokes to you to a point where it is harassing, annoying behavior, where it's repeatedly, or if it's interrupting your life or intended to cause mental stress to you.
I mean, it is though. That's exactly why Melton does it.
But that's a specific.
They held a fucking show in Las Vegas. Nick flew down there with a fridge purely to make fun of Aaron. How was that not harassment?
Specific thing. There are ways to do that. Like, again, it almost always involves ensuring that the target audience receives the message, like indirect contact. That is what harassment ends up being. Harassment, there's a First Amendment. Congress can't make a law abridging speech. The harassing activity can't be the speech. It has to be what the action associated with the speech is. Either the speech is delivered in an annoying way that prevents someone from peacefully enjoying their lives, like you call someone over and over and over. You send them tons of text messages or emails, something like that. You reach into their lives and give an
Isn't that what Nick was doing to Aaron? Kept sending him shower calls and shit. Sounds like harassment.
Interruption. Or the nature of the message is something that goes beyond protected speech. So you're talking about something like a true threat, or like an intentional infliction of emotional distress, which is a hard thing to actually get to. But you can imagine, like, if someone lost a relative, and so then you constantly like remind them like of some gruesome detail of the relative's death, like it's something very specific that bothers them. That would be like,
I mean, but sexualizing someone's children is literally the most offensive thing you can do to a parent, and that's what Melton does. Like that, it's so ingrained in our minds of regular people that this is wrong that you just have a sickening, visceral reaction to this. It's like, well, I mean, if it would be different if Melton was talking about a dead family member. No, he's talking about a child. You're hardwired biologically and just for all decency sake to protect your children. So this seems very reasonable, honestly. And Nick is like, oh no, well actually, it's the First Amendment. Okay, nobody gives a shit. Just stop talking about the fucking kids, okay? Just leave people's kids out of it.
And enough to where like it causes them anxiety and causes them to shut down.
They're literally like, here's the thing. I'm not on Team Aaron, okay? If Aaron and Nick go to jail together, that would be the funniest outcome for me. But I think like the Aaron obsession has gone too far. And when I say that, people think that it's like toe guarding or something. Like surely, like people are literally trying to destroy this man's entire life and livelihood because he's boring on the radio. Oh my goodness, we've got to stop Aaron. He's got 300 live viewers. Oh, we better fucking destroy his entire ability to have any sort of life. What do you... Come on now. Like, leave this shit online. Don't send into real... And this is what the toe logs do, is they go into the real life and they're literally addicted to trying to destroy him for some reason. I just don't get it. Nobody has explained to me why Aaron is just so fascinating that I guess like 5-10 years ago, a whole group of people decided that, well, it'd be the most interesting thing in the world to destroy this man's life so he can't go play fucking golf on Sunday or something. Like with Nick Rekieta, obviously I talk about Nick quite often, although not as often recently. But the reason I talk about him is because he was, a very interesting person who had a very successful career, and then he threw it all away. And that's an interesting story, the story from riches to rags. Nick has lost over 99% of his audience for no reason except himself, his own actions. He went from 100,000 live concurrent viewers to under 1,000. Okay? Like, the amount of viewers we have in chat right now are exceeding some of Nick's streams. Think about that. I'm just some weirdo yelling in my room about this washed-up Baldo guy. Well, actually, washed up would imply that some sort of cleaning had happened. That's not true. But this man used to have 100,000, and now he's on the same level with me. It's almost punching down at this point. Like, it's kind of crazy. Good thing that he started making fun. Like, the thing is, Nick started to embrace the drama. So now that he got over 1,000 live viewers, I'm allowed to talk about him again. I've been waiting for this moment. Because look at these fucking numbers. Look at these fucking numbers. 700 live viewers. That's less than we've got today. 600 view. Oh shit. I don't feel so good, Bordeaux Bros. Oh, I love the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm not sure if your message was removed or something. But Master Shake was always the best character. And fuck Frylock. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is what happened over the last 3 months for subscribers for Nick. Every time, every week, he's losing 1,000 subscribers. The only thing that happened is that he gained 1,000 subscribers when he interviewed Turtle Boy. Save me, Turtle Boy. Oh, and then the people realize that he's just going to talk about this stupid Kurt's cooking and stuff. Down again. The only blip up over the last year, he has only lost subscribers, with the exception of Turtle Boy. But even his Turtle Boy interview didn't do very well. Not for him. 2,800 live viewers. Kurt got over 5,000. I think like Andrea Barker over 10,000. Kurt did a second Turtle Boy interview and got over 5,000 again. So that means that Nick is just a detriment to everybody that goes on his show. Like the Turtle Boy by himself is like 10,000. So when you go on Nick's show, you lose 7,000 people. Man, what a draw. What a draw. Anyway.
You have to have demonstrable negative mental health effects for this to be harassment. So there are legal standards in all this, and there are ways to analyze this.
I mean, it'd probably be pretty easy to demonstrate that. Aaron's probably going to talk about it. Like, Aaron probably goes to his psychiatrist and complains about this all the time. I'd assume that they've documented actually the stress that it causes on his life.
All of this is like real. It all exists. And yet this fat fucking slob is sitting there without any of the analysis at all.
Are you talking about Sean again?
This fat fucking is sitting there.
Did he just like his brain just switched over from Aaron to Nick to Aaron to Sean? Oh my god, he's fat. Oh, they got him. They got him, chat. They got him, chat. What was this one I've got? All right, let's see. From Nick, this is Scarebro. If Scarebro's still in the chat, I guess I did have a couple more tweets from him. From Nick Rekieta's last stream, a supercut of Nick getting pushback from his continued attacks on uncivil law from several viewers. Nick constantly copes, claims he is not mad, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. Well, I mean, that's good advice. All right, let's have a look at this. Kurt's cooking, I guess. Are you winning, son?
Sosmets, go back to cooking or the law instead of making fun of the guy who looked up to you. Why?
What's the best way to do it for Twitter like this?
He was
okay. Why should he go back to talk about the law? Because you might actually build an audience. There is no audience you can build that is based off of the amount of things that Kurt is cooking. Okay, maybe you go through and have some fun, laughing at Kurt. Sure, okay. The cooking videos are a bit funny. He's a little bit of a weirdo. That's fine, but that's his thing. But like, there's no sector of YouTube that exists where you can build a career, an audience, a fan base, any sort of income from talking about Kurt fucking making pizza casserole. It doesn't exist. This is a waste of your time that you should be working. And you did claim in your filings with Friends of White that because of Aaron being a big meanie, you can't work. So you have to work. But no, you just have to talk about Kurt, fucking Kurt. But to be fair, he is allowed to talk about Kurt because Kurt is now a bigger streamer than him. So I'll allow it, okay? And everybody knows that I'm the arbiter of these things, okay? And I said it's okay.
Is content to make fun of me.
I'm not sure if this is true.
So why shouldn't I make fun of him?
I mean, I don't think that's true at all. I think that Kurt was very supportive of Nick up until the last moment when there was just nothing else that he could do. And then he said that, like, okay, Nick's warrant is valid and I can't do anything about it. That's all he said. And then that's when he got like the fuck you message or whatever. And from that point onward, that's when Kurt started to become the redemption arc.
I also I really enjoy his cooking videos. I mean,
to be fair, Kurt's cooking videos are very entertaining. And they're very practical too.
He's a disaster of a cook, but I don't laugh at anything like I laugh at this. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Quit with the orchestrated hate, Nick. You know you miss Kurt. I miss Kurt zero.
Does he miss Kurt, chat? Do you think that Nick misses his friends? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's the truth.
0.
Kurt's food is terrible though. I'm not going over to eat pizza casserole at Kurt's house, but I think like as a single guy, you typically just pick food that is like cheap, fast, and simple, right? And calorie dense or nutrient dense. Because men are very practical people. When they're alone, they've got like that one bed without the frame. You've got like the Xbox and the TV, and you've got your like slow cooker, and you just like throw shit in that. But you got shit to do. You would think that he would be more receptive of Kurt's cooking as well, because like the recipes that Kurt cooks are very good for batch cooking. Now it is very funny when Kurt puts the bacon into the fucking like vegetable dicer and it gets stuck and it's all sticky. Like I'm not going to pretend I didn't laugh at that, okay? Because I've watched some Kurt cooking on myself. But to think that it's like disastrous or something, he would like, I think he went on like a tangent for like 10, 15 minutes when he was talking about using like powdered spices or something instead of fresh spices or whatever that nonsense it was. Nick is not some magic, like amazing chef either. I've seen the slop he cooks. It's like literal slop, gray slop. And he's going to get on his high horse. He's like, oh my goodness, the Maillard effect. Oh my goodness. I'm going to buy American Wagyu. Oh my goodness. If you buy American fucking Wagyu, you're a fucking rube and you need to be separated from your money as quickly as possible.
Kurt was someone that I consistently tried to make more tolerable for the people around him, myself included. Kurt is not the easiest person to be friends with. And
it doesn't seem like it's a problem for Nate or Uncivil or Andrew. It seems like everyone else is still friends with Kurt. They don't seem to be struggling because it's just like, no, it's just an internet friend. Or like in some cases, I guess with Nate, it's a real friend, like an IRL friend. No, it's just like, hey, bro, how's it going? You send a message. Like guys can be friends without messaging each other for like years. Like my high school friends, maybe I send them a message like once or twice a year. I'm just like, oh, what's up, bro? And like, oh yeah, pretty good. Maybe we talk about like the recent game or something. It's not like a strenuous, it's not the fucking Sims, okay? You don't get like a little social bar you have to keep filling up and otherwise you lose your friends. And it's not some video game. Pretty easy to keep friendships around.
Literally zero missing of him.
You're really demonstrating that.
So no, and I'm not, why would I knock it off? Again, this is to me, this is my favorite content to watch. There's nothing else I watch anywhere in which I laugh as hard and as like genuinely as while watching Kurt cook and talk to us. And I find these stories about his life fascinating. I don't want him, I don't want to be his friend anymore. I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
That's not true. Kurt's names is probably one of the first to be put into the death note. I guarantee it. Drexel with a 5 says, Nick is just mad Kurt's cooking pulls more for views than anything Nick does. That's possibly it. Possibly it. It's the fox and the grapes, isn't it? I don't want to eat that pizza casserole anyway. It's probably bitter.
I'm just laughing over here. Like fuck off.
Are the laughs real, though? They sound so forced. I don't believe any of these laughter. It's not like you think that this is really funny. It's that you think it's disgusting, and you're trying to show your audience how disgusting it is because you think it hurts him in some way. It's very sad, honestly. It's sad and pathetic.
But I don't want anything bad to happen to him or anything like that. But watching and observing and learning about him from the outside is way more interesting than ever. Any time trying to learn from him.
He wished he was learning about him from the inside because he's gay. That's the real answer. That's the truth of it. That's the truth of it.
Like interpersonally, I didn't learn anything about Kurt while being friends with him. After losing that friendship, he's much more interesting. Sosmed says it's fine. I just have always had higher faith than you. Don't put your faith in a streamer. And you never punch down until just now with him. No, what am I doing? Punching down a bunch of people. Everybody's telling me that Kurt's doing better than me, which is great.
Oh yeah, I think there's one person that's telling you that Kurt's doing better than you. Nice to know that you're still watching. That's fun. Because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that really pointed that out. Very funny, very funny. He's seething. This is a seed session, yes.
In that regard.
But I mean, this is actually true, as we've verified today. These concurrent viewers are much higher than Nick. 5,900 people? What the fuck? Kurt, help me, Kurt. I need that Kurt collab. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Like Nick's biggest stream since coming back. Like his return stream was like 3.1K. His biggest stream was with Turtle Boy. That was 2.8. Kurt's literally double the size of views and double the size in Pizza Casserole. Oh my goodness, too good.
Again,
Kurt can't stop winning. It's crazy. I'm not going to stop talking about Kurt until he's the next fucking Mr. Beast. I'm going to make this man the best stream in the world. It's going to be me who does it. I'm going to be that guy behind the chair, the throne, the evil Vizier or whatever it is, who's like whispering in the ear.
This is a person who made false claims about how I conduct business.
I don't think so. I don't think that's accurate.
Saying that I promised to pay people and didn't.
I think that was Nate and Andrew. I don't think Kurt said this. I think you're cheese-brained. Well, I said cheese-brained already. I was going to say cheese-hole-brained memory. Can't tell your friends apart. Here's a simple way to do it. It's a Simpsons reference, actually. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this real fast, because I got to get one Simpsons meme. Here we go. This is what Nick needs. Since he can't tell Kurt and Nate apart, this is what you need to do, okay? But just replace these with Kurt and Nate. Then you'll know. I'm pretty sure Kurt has never made this statement that he was promised some sort of benefit or compensation behind the scenes. But that's the secret, Nick. Even I can do this, okay? Even I can tell them apart. I'm not even friends with. I've never even talked to Nate. We played Chain together once with Kurt. That was fun. Well, I mean, fun is maybe not the right word, but it was an experience.
True. He laughed at my sentencing. It's fine, which is he has every right to do. All he did with those actions was tell me that he didn't, he didn't want to be around me anymore. I'm a really simple person. So
actually, like when Kurt came on to talk about it, basically Nick sent him a text that says, "You're not my friend anymore," and then Kurt just said "okay" or something. That's what he said. Like, this is not an accurate representation of what happened.
Socially, if you don't want to be around me, just let me know, and I won't bother you ever again. I'm like, I'm bad at maintaining friendships because it requires me to like remember to contact people and stuff like that. And
male friendships are so easy to maintain. You say hi a couple times. When something happens, you message someone. Like literally, you can go years without messaging a male friend, and then you might watch a TV show and say, "Oh man, I just saw this TV show. It's great. You should check it out." And you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll check a look." I don't know. He's got like a very, very weird understanding of friendship. Very strange. I think the reason he doesn't understand friendship is because the only reason he had Kurt around at all was because what Kurt could do for him, which is Kurt would play the role of kind of like the straight man and he was the fall guy, like the very, very simple comedy doer sort of thing. You get this kind of very serious, very analytical guy that would come on, and he would serve as a sounding board for your silly jokes. And you would like the cop in the Denny's thing, basically. Like that's all he was there. And when he stopped being useful to you, that's when you started to make fun of him. Once you'd use up well, I mean, I guess he just stopped showing up in your show because you got coked out or whatever. But basically that way.
It's just that's my life's really busy and my brain is fucking chaotic. So I don't always do that. So it's not a big deal for me to like. There are a lot of friends or acquaintances or whatever that if they told me, yeah, I don't want to talk to you ever again, I'd be like, all right, peace, man. Like no hard feelings. I don't even give a shit.
But that's not what he did. He didn't just say peace. He sent Kurt a message that said like, fuck you, you're no longer my friend, something to that effect. He always says like, oh, peace. But he doesn't actually act like that. That's how he wants you to think that he acts.
It's okay. The funny thing was, so that's what happened effectively. But then someone sent me his pizza casserole video in which he was propositioning minors to come to his house to have alcohol.
That's not what happened, actually.
And pizza casserole.
He specifically said, if you're a minor, don't come to the house. But Nick likes to change this sentence so that he can try and shed Kurt in a bad light. And obviously, Nick has no belief that there was any kids who were going to Kurt's house at all. This is ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it.
And that made me realize, oh, holy shit. He's not just like weird. He's actually kind of terrifying. And then I started watching his other cooking videos because there's gems in all of them, and absolutely all of them. And it's great.
I mean, and to go further, no kids are drinking alcohol in Kurt's house, but Nick's kids are testing positive for cocaine. So who's really going to be the biggest danger for them?
And I will not stop. So if you don't like it, just don't watch the Kurt segments, because I'm going to watch them.
Okay. I think there was one more clip I've got. Then I've kind of finished out the rekieta thing. This is, let me see. We might not watch all of this, but this one's long. It's like 38 minutes. Maybe we'll watch a little bit of it, but I can't promise we'll stay around for too much longer. This is Aaron Eamholt dumped by attorney and Fat Sean more HRO seats. So this is kind of relevant stuff to this episode. Drexen with a 5 says, refresh my memory. Wasn't it Nick who basically told Kurt to kick rocks at the end of their friendship? Yes, that's how it happened. And Dave with a 2 said, all this jealousy because Kurt is doing better. That's the thing, is that the best revenge is to live well. And Kurt basically said, well, fuck you, Nick, and you're a cuck. Your kids are on coke, and I'm just going to do my own thing. And he did, and now he's got better views. So he's living his best life. Good for him. All right, we'll see how much of this we can get through. I can't promise we'll stay to the end.
My personal drama, I go to other shows, right?
Hit the mic. That's a 1 minus point.
Out of my show. If I want to talk about my personal drama, I go to other shows, right? But
well, this is actually false, because now he's talking about his personal drama on his main show. He's posting drama on main. And I think it's good. I have no problem with talking about drama. I think it's fine. I think that's what the people want. That's the only reason he got over 1,000 views this week, is because he was talking about Sean drama. So you may as well embrace it. Just embrace the hate. It's fine. If there's hate in your heart, let it out. It's fine.
Lately.
Why is he so wet all the time? As he walked down the staircase to his computer and he broke out in a sweat.
We've had this harassment restraining order against me. It was issued ex parte, so it has not been actually really like reviewed, so to speak. They're granted pretty easily, and I have not had a chance to respond. But it is given a couple.
This is true. This is true. So Aaron just filed the HRO, and Nick has had no chance to respond to it just yet, and that's what these hearings are about. So that's why they really want to try and get this out as quickly as possible. But it's very funny that it's now been delayed until after his hearing. He's moist.
Couple opportunities now. Oh, excuse me. There have been a couple opportunities now to kind of incorporate it in as a piece of legal education, and so we did that just the other day. We went through Fat Sean's analysis of
who's Skinny Sean? Who's Skinny Sean? Is there several Seans?
What has gone on in the restraining orders against Melton and I so far, and then with the dropping of the exhibit list and the witness list, there was some rumblings, sort of like when he walks, and with that came some opinions and analysis that I found to be lacking. So I talked about it. Since then, things have changed dramatically.
Have they? Not really. Not really. I mean, something went wrong with Aaron's lawyer, and they delayed the trial of the hearing until the 5th of August.
Changed dramatically. Today, there were 2 documents filed. There's some more stuff that happened.
Sean is fat. This is big if true. We're going to have to verify this after the stream.
And kind of behind the scenes, nothing like secret. I'll tell you about it. It's nothing. Well, it's kind of curious, and it'll factor into our discussion.
Is it weird and funny?
Today, the person who took the restraining order out against me,
Aaron,
guy by the name of Aaron Imholt.
A guy by the name of Aaron Eamholt, you probably never heard of this. Like, what are you doing? Like, a guy that took, like, oh my goodness, the audience has no idea who this guy is.
I can talk about him. Some people are confused about that.
No, nobody is really confused about this. I don't think anyone said that. Like, Aaron did ask the judge to prevent Nick from talking about him, like Aaron was forced to do with Kayla. Very strange that was even granted in the first place. It's unconstitutional. But no, that was never granted to Aaron. So Nick is able to talk about Aaron. Now, it's a very bad move to do it because it might reflect on you badly later on. But I don't think anyone ever made this claim. But it's very easy if you just tell everyone that everyone's all wrong. Then you can laugh at them and stuff, right?
His lawyer withdrew.
Okay, yeah.
From representing him for the restraining order. Now, this Lawyers withdraw from representation for various reasons from time to time. This is nothing too crazy, except for the fact that the hearing is in 2 days. That is weird. All right. Like, that is not normal.
Maybe the guy's like daughter is in hospital. Maybe he got, maybe he broke a leg. Maybe he's dying. Maybe, I don't know. It could be anything. But Nick is like overjoyed at the moment because this is like, I believe yesterday's stream. So Nick is under the impression at this moment that he's going to be walking into the courtroom and Aaron's going to be there defending himself all by himself because he thought that his lawyer, he demanded that his lawyer, Francis White, petition the judge to say, no, do not let him have time to find other counsel. Let him suffer in the courtroom alone. And he was sure that this was going to happen and they were going to have a very easy victory. But spoiler alert, Aaron just politely asked for an extension and he got it. So very funny. Very, very funny.
He was brought in after the filing and serving of the restraining order. That happened. And then, I hired a lawyer, filed a certificate of representation. We asked for a hearing, all that stuff.
Same lawyer, right? Like, isn't Francis White the same one that did all the other stuff for Nick?
And then after that, he lawyered up. Actually, he lawyered up to the point where his lawyer said he couldn't do the hearing that was scheduled on the 15th because this should have been resolved 6 fucking days ago.
Well, because they bring in a new lawyer and the guy has to get caught up with all of the bullshit because there's hours and hours of streams and crap to go through. It's very reasonable to give him time to do that. And now, again, this is they also demanded that there was no free time to like catch up or anything. They're being cunts. What they're doing, they're being cunts in this thing. They tried to do it twice, and the judge said no.
Bullshit is bullshit, no matter how old. But this should have been resolved 6 days ago. But he hires a lawyer who can't make that hearing. That lawyer then requests a continuance. We oppose.
It's because some lawyers actually have jobs and appointments to go to. Nick can't comprehend this, that somebody might have other plans.
It. Now, both I and my lawyer,
Mr. White,
were given a dressing down by a person whose BMI exceeds 4 digits. We were given a dressing down by Fat Sean.
Yeah, because Sean said, maybe just don't be a cunt. You know, there's certain rules of decorum. Try and follow those. That's all he said. It's very reasonable. Now, Sean is a practicing attorney, so he might actually have some advice for you.
For daring to oppose, like, how dare you oppose this continuance? But here's the thing, the continuance was illegitimate from the start. HRO is illegitimate from the start. It's all fucking bullshit.
Oh, clearly it wasn't, because it's still valid. Now, I think the HRO will be thrown out, but the continuance was perfectly valid. That's why it was granted twice.
All of it is bullshit. It's been bullshit the entire time. He lied in requesting the HRO. He lies on the document itself. He lies on the...
What did he lie about? Tell us.
Face of it, the lies are obvious to anybody who has looked into him or listened to him at all. And they're also obvious to anybody who's listened to me, because I have not ever threatened him in any way. I have stated that, Lady Rackets and I are strongly considering legal actions and our legal...
I mean, they literally have implied threats. This is a stupid little game that Nick does. Like, well, I never said that. So the implication, Nick, now, come on now. Be reasonable. Be reasonable. Of course, you have to say this for legal reasons, but anyone who has a proper functioning brain knows what you meant when you said these things.
Legal options. And, we have...
Didn't Nick Rekieta deliver papers on the last day possible and delayed every procedure as much as he could? This is the Nick Rekieta special. Yes, he's been doing this his entire career. And it was also a reoccurring feature in the Vic trial, I think. So maybe Nick was suggesting that Ty do it as well. I don't know. But Nick obviously wasn't the attorney in that case.
Time to do that. But there have been no threats. There has never been a threat from me to him in any capacity.
Yeah, I mean, even legal threats are threats. And there absolutely has. He's like, oh, what would happen if Kayla sued Aaron? And then I sued Aaron. And then Rekieta Media sued Aaron. Like, holy shit. Come on now. I mean, I guess Nick's audience is dumb enough to believe this. Come on. Just come on.
I have never attempted to reach out to him or anything like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or interrupt his life.
Yes, you have. You I mean, you begged him to come back to the polycule. That's reaching out to him. Aaron, please. Kayla's coming at me with her cavernous vag. Just let me bang your wife instead. Aaron, get back here. My busted ass wife. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You shared the text, Nick. Come on now.
I mean, I sent some chats on his show until I was blocked from it.
Oh, I never tried to contact Aaron at all. Now I was sending him messages on his live stream, sending him super chats, so he had to read them until he blocked me. But then I've never tried to contact him. What do you mean, bro? Come on now.
And that's the end of that. It's cool, done. So
no, you still replied to him, and like you were like messaging him on Twitter. You were sending him DM, or maybe not sending him DMs, but definitely responding to his tweets online, quote tweeting and all that garbage and shit. All right, so this is when the lawyer thing gets thrown out.
On June 26th, Aaron Imholt took out a restraining order against me, citing that he is afraid of me.
June 26th.
Said he's afraid that I will get physically violent, which is funny. Like it's comical, and we're not gonna spend too much time discussing why it's comical at this point. But it's a pretty fucking funny thing. He's like, I'm afraid he may become violent.
I mean, that's kind of something you just say though. Like, I mean, you probably put that in your own restraining order or Kayla's restraining order against him, right?
It's weird because I haven't seen this person. I saw him on June 25th. I saw the back of his head in court. I don't think he even saw me. I didn't interact with him or do anything else. I was at court. Now
the back of Aaron's head is the way that Nick recognizes Aaron, because when he's sitting in the cuck chair watching Aaron go to town on Kayla, he had a lot of time to appreciate the back of the toe's head. That's I mean, he's just reminiscing about it right now. Very very Natsakashi, as we'd say over here.
To support Lady Rackets. It was supposed to be a sentencing hearing, but it turns out he fucked up his release conditions enough and violated them enough to have an extension to October for his sentencing and to potentially blow up his plea deal, which is a big fucking mess for him.
This is kind of crazy as well. Like, honestly, Aaron's first lawyer was pretty bad and should never have allowed that that part of the restraining order, because it wouldn't be granted. Like, it seems completely unconstitutional, but he agreed to it, so it doesn't matter. So it's insane that it actually happened. Basically, I guess, like, I can't actually remember because I'm not too plugged in with the Aaron stuff, but he either mentioned Kayla's name on stream or like a super chat came up or something like that, and he read it, something like that. Some sort of nonsense like that, which honestly should not have been a violation of anything. But it is what it is. It's Minnesota. They can do whatever they want, apparently.
That being said, I didn't interact with him. I didn't like yell to him or be like, "What up, dog?" Like, I didn't do anything like that.
Now, we did go to his favorite bar afterwards that I believe he's a part owner of, Stony's in Rockville, Minnesota. Okay. You did bring in Melton with his 360 camera, but it was raining, so he couldn't deploy it.
Just went into the courthouse, went into a private room with Lady Rackets and waited. We entered the courtroom itself after everybody else.
Was he expecting Aaron to join them in the private room for the old special? What are you...
else, including him, and so there was no there's no interaction between any of us. But other than that, I haven't seen this person since April 30th of last year, and I'm happy to keep it that way. Like, I've no desire to see him in person.
But you went to the trial, then you went to Stony's, and you watch his show every day, and you watch Melton watching his show every day, but no desire. He's obsessed.
In the ensuing time, he invited me to fight him at a boxing event, which I accepted immediately. He said, "Yes, I'll do it." And then he backed out and said I was...
I gotta criticize Aaron for it. Aaron should have absolutely accepted this, and I'm disappointed that Aaron did not do this. I want to see Baldo versus Toe in the ring, and I don't know, whoever loses, we win. It's fine.
And pussy for backing out. And I was like, "Wait, what? I don't remember doing that. I don't remember backing out." I said, "Yes, I would," but he said I backed out, which is very strange because I still would do it. Again, at a sanctioned event or whatever, like he had proposed. He proposed this sanctioned fight in a boxing ring.
I believe this is correct. I think that he said he would fight like 5 people at Hackamania or something. Aaron said he would fight them like one after one or something. And then he did back out after Nick accepted. So I'm very disappointed in Aaron for doing that. I think he should have accepted it and just gone all the way.
At a gym or whatever, within the sport guidelines. And I said, cool, like, let's do that. That's fine. Now, he also wanted to box 4 other people in the same day, like in a row. But his
Patrick Melton is one other person, but yeah, I guess you could go on 4 people.
condition was that of the 5 people that he was going to box in a row, that I had to be one of them. He demanded that I was one of the people, because I think he has some unresolved anger issues or whatever, something like that.
Maybe. I mean, it's kind of a bold card for Nick to play, but sure.
But I don't actually know his reasoning. But I had to be one of the people for the deal to go through. So I had to say yes, of course, because I didn't want to ruin 4 other people's day. So I said yes. But I've never threatened or.
Do I say it? Yeah, Nick would never ruin 4 or more people's day, right? Like his kids when they were when his family was arrested. Yeah, he'd have no experience of ruining 4 other people's days. I mean, he was 7 for him, I suppose.
Proposed violence against him at all. It's such a wild fucking thing. So now he's afraid of me being physically violent, which, okay.
You kind of just, I mean, Nick, you're a lawyer, you know how this works. You kind of just write these things in. It's like, if you're calling in sick to the day, you're like, oh man, I think I might shit myself or something. And like, yeah, you're not probably going to do that. But you say that, but if you say that because you know it's going to get you what you want. This isn't new to you. You play this game too. Come on now.
This will have to be resolved in court. So he issued it on the 25th. We had a hearing scheduled for July 15th. Kind of at the 11th hour, he hires an attorney. That attorney says he can't do July 15th. So they ask for a continuance. We oppose the continuance because this is bullshit.
No, it's because you want to have an easy target. You want to just go to the playground, ban the parents from defending their children, and just like beat down on somebody. This is what you want. You want to beat down. You want revenge. This is what you want. Just say it. Just say you wanted the easy win, okay? Aaron will, even with a lawyer, Aaron will most likely lose this HRO. But you wanted to make it a slam fucking dunk. And you're so mad now that you couldn't. So that's why you're posting on Twitter like, ha, 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 ha. And that's why you came on, you had to do your stream talking about this event because you wanted to just dunk, like, I'm going to get you tomorrow. You just wait. And then, oh, surprise alert. Actually, Aaron's got time to go get another lawyer. So you get what you fucking deserve.
This is a bullshit claim, and he should be ready to go. And it's not my fault he hired a lawyer who couldn't make it on the date that we had that he knew when he hired the lawyer. This is not.
Yeah, but shit happens in the legal system. Like, if you get a flat tire and you can't make it to your court date, you would ask, please, can I do this tomorrow? And it would be reasonable to grant that. The thing is, you've used up all the goodwill now. So that happens, you're fucked.
My problem. He has restricted my liberty with a restraining order. And, every day under it, there's a list of things I can't do. And so until that matter is resolved, I want the court to resolve it as fast as possible.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it's fair enough to say that he wants to get it done quickly and as efficiently as possible. Do I have a clip where Aaron talks about demanding him because I don't remember the details? I don't have the clip, but as I recall, it was in the lead up to Hackermania. And Aaron said that he would box like 5 guys in a row and that Nick would be one of them. And I think it's like a thing that Muhammad Ali did or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a boxing guy. But Aaron absolutely said this. Nick absolutely agreed. And then Aaron absolutely withdrew. And I believe the reason he withdrew is because the reason he said he withdrew is because at that time he was claiming that there was going to be like an FBI investigation into like the hacked Gmail or something. And then he was like, well, I probably shouldn't do it because, we're going to go forward with these. So it's cope. It's cope. Aaron backed out. And I'm very ashamed of that to say that's the case. I wanted to see the fight. It's not Aaron's fault that her lawyer, Nick, missed her court date. Well, that's a good point, actually. It's a good point.
That said, the current hearing date is on the 23rd, Wednesday, at I think 2 p.m. Central Time. And now this is what happened today. To everybody, pursuant to General Rules of Practice 105, notice is hereby given.
Why have there been no April sightings? Because Nick was such a terrible boyfriend that she got scared off the internet and out of everyone's lives forever. She's the only one that got away with it. April's out living her best life, destroying another man's life now. Never to be seen again.
That the undersigned, Ross W. Montgomery, of the law firm of PCG Law, hereby withdraws as counsel for petitioner Aaron M. Holt in the above referenced matter.
The escape happened. Yeah.
This notice of
she got
withdrawal
away.
has been
she got away with it
on all parties, and proof of service has been filed with the court. Additional verification that respondent has been served through her counsel. I got burned by.
So he fixed her. Yeah, Aaron, Nick's Nick was such a poor lover that it literally made April go straight to another man.
This fucking attorney calls me a woman. It's on the e-service system. Oh my gosh, what an asshole.
I mean, that's a fair enough mistake to make.
Petitioner can be served and or notified of future matters at the following address. His telephone number is this. The undersigned has withdrawn effective July 21st, 2025, and any pleading or other documentation mailed or otherwise served after that date should be sent directly to petitioner at the above address. Dated July 21st, which is today, or well, when I started today, 2025, by Ross Montgomery. That's it. So this was filed. First things first. Hey, Fat Sean, you dumb fucking pile of adipose. He went after me and my lawyer for daring to oppose the initial continuance.
Did he?
Now,
what do you mean by that?
There will potentially be another continuance request.
Well, there is. Yes, there is.
Vigorously and thoroughly oppose it immediately as well. Because I'm the one restrained. Aaron is happy to have these delays and these continuances. They only benefit him. They don't benefit.
I mean, they do benefit him, yes. I mean, but it's just the decorum, right?
Benefit me at all.
Oh, the wee-wee's going past. There you go. Someone must have died.
I don't need more time. I'll be ready to go on the 23rd. Aaron should be ready to go on the 23rd. He should have been ready to go on the 15th. He should have been ready to go on June 26th when he requested the HRO. He should have been ready to go at that time. That's what you should be doing when you're bringing a petition to the court to restrain someone.
Well, my mic unplugged there? Okay, it said my mic was unplugged. I guess it's working now. Who knows?
Someone's liberty is you should be ready to defend it that day if necessary. Now, practically, of course, you're not going to have to defend it that day. But Fat Sean thought he was so smart, and he's like, you should be courteous to the other attorney.
Yeah? Oh, no. What's going on here? Oh no. Those rat angles. Oh, I know what that's like. I know what that's like, Nick. He's bald.
Nick used to be a lawyer. At least he used to be a lawyer. He should know. You gotta be courteous to the other lawyers. Why would you do this? Why would you do this?
Because if you have a problem going forward, you would expect that the other party will give you the same deference. That's why. It's a strategic move. Okay? Being nice is... Oh, come on, he knows why. Just stop being such a cunt.
Frank Francis. Why you would do this is very simple.
I don't know why he always does that voice, because that just sounds like his voice.
The proper response to frivolity is hostility. Frivolous lawsuits should be treated hostilely from jump. They should be. The litigant is dishonest. The petitioner, in this case, being the litigant that I'm talking about, the petitioner is dishonest. The petitioner is doing something for an improper purpose. It's on the face of the document. It's within all of the facts that the document contemplates, and it's within all of the facts that the document can.
How many delays is a reasonable amount? I mean, if there's a reasonable explanation for the delays, then several. I mean, obviously, if this is 10 in a row or something, that's like, beyond the bounds. But like, got a new lawyer, that's reasonable to have a continuance. The lawyer withdraws. Is that Aaron's fault? We don't know. We have no idea why this lawyer may have literally gotten, like, maybe he went to a fugu restaurant and he's going to die in 2 days, so he can't make it. We don't know. But it's fair. Like, yeah, shit happens sometimes. This seems reasonable at the moment. Now, if Aaron premeditated this to make the HRO last pass Nick's hearing date so that when the judge comes up, he's like, "Oh, naughty boy, Nick, you got a restraining order while you're on probation or something." If that's like some 40 chess he's playing, I don't think so. I think that Aaron is just Mr. Magoo, and he's slipped on a banana peel, but he turned out all right, and now everyone else behind him is falling over. I think that's what happened here. It's just like bad luck. I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the thing. Maybe there's a maybe it is. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. But like he changed lawyers, which was good because the previous lawyer was very bad. He got the original details of the HRO so fucked up. Okay. Aaron agreed to take away his own First Amendment rights to talk about Kayla on his show. That should never have been in the first restraining order. If it wasn't there, Aaron would be a free man right now. So yeah, you switch the bad lawyer. That's fine. So you need time to catch up on the case. But then this other lawyer withdraws for an unknown reason. Yeah, bad luck. Who knows? If it happens again, maybe he doesn't get the continuance. I don't know. But that's fine. That's fine. It's another week. What's the matter?
Conveniently omits. There is no legitimate purpose for having a restraining order at all. None.
Well, but you're a psychopath. So there is.
Nothing that he has provided leads to the conclusion of a restraining order. And so it's frivolous, so it should be met hostilely. It kind of looks retaliatory, as people may or may not know. He is court ordered to not have any communication, interaction, or mentions of, directly or indirectly, Lady Rackets. And
can we stop calling her Lady Rackets at this point? She's not a lady. Come on now. Podlucky with her 200 checks, whatever they're called. I'm gonna go mow my lawn now. Not even kidding. It's fun, right? It's very cathartic to do it. It's like you know, a lot of men enjoy mowing lawns. There's a reason for that.
Here's the crazy thing. You know, this happened the day after his sentencing hearing, and his sentencing hearing didn't go well. His sentencing hearing didn't go well in large part because I and others submitted evidence that he was violating his release conditions. And the court was very unhappy about it. And the prosecutor was very unhappy about it. And the judge...
I think, like, realistically, I think the prosecutor was just fucking annoyed that like 1,000 internet weirdos were sending them emails day after day. Like, did you see that Aaron talked about this on the Steel Toe Morning Show? It seems like they were more bothered and just like fed up than anything else. Realistically, I haven't actually seen where Aaron violated his restraining order. It's like some stupid thing, like a super chat came up or something like that. I don't know. It's like, why would Aaron need a restraining order? Just me and everyone on the internet, the thousands of people in the weirdo Devilverse are just sending in every single detail that he makes a move on. Why would he need a restraining order of us? We're perfectly reasonable people. Like, yeah, you're a bit obsessed.
Made fun of him. So it kind of looks like he filed a restraining order in a retaliatory manner, which is not the proper use for a restraining order.
Like, I mean, to be like, does anyone not think that this story's not going to end with Nick wearing Aaron's skin? Like, it's going to be the end of American Beauty. Nick is going to show up behind Aaron, shoot him, skin, and this is where the movie ends, right? But then he's going to skin Aaron and wear his face around. It's like, finally, we're together. This is how it's going to end. If I was Aaron, I would get a restraining order on Nick because he's crazy.
So here's the question.
Here's the question, chat. This is the question.
Here's the question.
Here's the question.
Why would a lawyer withdraw 2 days before a hearing? You need
maybe he got fucking cancer or something. I don't know. Maybe his daughter's sick. Maybe he realized he had a conflict of interests. You know, that happens from time to time. It's a fairly small county.
Permission from a judge to do it. He'll get permission from the judge to do it. But you need permission from the judge to do it because it could be wildly adversely effective to your client to lose their lawyer 2 days before a hearing.
Yeah, that's why you give them, that's why you reasonably give them time to find a new lawyer. Yes.
It can be a very bad thing, right? Like you had representation and now you don't, and now you have 2 days to find representation, get them up to speed. Very difficult. So you have a couple reasons why you would withdraw from litigation. When you get down the road of whatever matter you're on, you can't withdraw for non-payment. So lawyers will never say non-payment. They won't say that. And the problem with withdrawing for non-payment but not saying it, if someone
is Nick saying he's broke? Well, not Nick, but is Nick saying that Aaron's broke? Is he a brokey? Maybe I got to stop streaming at the same time that Aaron streams. Oh no, sorry, Aaron bros. It's a funny thing. Is like people like the people of the Balldoverse, on the Baldo team and on the Devilverse team really don't like me because they think I'm like a secret agent for Aaron. But honestly, if they hate Aaron, they should be supporting me because apparently every time I go live, he loses like 200 viewers. So surely they should be supporting my stream. But I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Were to do that is that the client could then complain and say they were withdrawing for non-payment. They're lying on their request to withdraw. And that provides an ethical conundrum for the lawyer, and they could actually get disbarred over this. Like you cannot withdraw for non-payment, especially if you misrepresent your reason for withdrawal from the court. At a certain point, I should say that. You can withdraw for non-payment early on in a case, etc. And the nature of HROs is they happen very quickly. Like the whole matter is done typically within a month. And so the idea that where the point becomes that you can't withdraw for non-payment is kind of questionable. But I would think 2 days before a hearing, almost universally, a judge is going to say, no, you can't withdraw for non-payment. Lawyers have plenty of means at their disposal to collect payments. They may want a payment up front, but they can they have the authority or the ability to put a lien on a house, example for legal debts.
Do they have an ability to pay their fucking parking fines and pay Monty their $200? Apparently they have the ability to collect, but they can't seem to pay. You got to pay up, Nick. It's time to pay up. Time's up, Nicky. Pay.
For example. And so, like,
to be fair, the Montegraph thing was resolved, though. So, you know,
the idea that you can't get payment out of someone is, you know, it's real. But the court's also like, yeah, you have a bunch of legal remedies you can pursue to try and get this back.
I don't think it's monetary reasons. Why you keep waffling on about this? Are you just filling time?
So they'll make them do the hearing at least, and then if there's a subsequent hearing, they may permit them to withdraw after that hearing, but just so it doesn't burden the client. But other times they'll allow the withdrawal, and then they may grant a continuance, and they may not.
Well, they did.
So in this case, I showed you the notice of withdrawal. There's another letter, and it says the reason. The reason is for unforeseen circumstances.
That's such a stupid. I mean, I guess it's true, but it's so stupid. It's like there's another letter. There's another letter that tells you the reason, and the reason is unknown circumstances. Thanks for nothing. Fuck. But listen to it again. I want to do it again.
I showed you the notice of withdrawal. There's another
reason.
There's another letter, and it says the reason. The reason is for unforeseen circumstances.
Wow, thank you. Wow. There we go. We solved the riddle. Solved the riddle of the missing lawyer. Holy shit. Curse you, unforeseen circumstances. All right. Tell me the theory, Nick. Tell me, what is the theory? I actually haven't seen this clip, so I don't know what he's going to say for the next 20 minutes.
Unforeseen circumstances is lawyer speak for something I don't want to describe, right? Like, not me personally, but something that the lawyer doesn't want to describe for whatever reason.
Yeah, maybe he needs to get a fucking kidney taken out, or maybe he's getting his intestines replaced with a shitting bag and he doesn't want to be shitting in the court. There's literally infinity reasons, unforeseen circumstances.
Maybe they think that it'll be prejudicial to their client.
Yeah,
for
maybe.
example, maybe it's personal to them and should remain confidential. But you have so you have these unforeseen circumstances is the reason. There's one other reason they could withdraw and typically they would put that on the document itself, and that would be for some sort of conflict client conflict. Sorry, a client conflict where they have a conflict of interest. Maybe they owe a duty to a client or a former client that whose interest would run averse to the person they're representing. There's some in-house remedies to try and get around this, but a lot of times what they'll do is if there's a conflict, they'll just say, peace, you got to find someone else.
Hold on, this is not going to make sense. Like, Karungul, did you ever play World of Warcraft? That name sounds really familiar. You didn't play a fucking warlock in World of Warcraft, did you? This is the nerdiest shit I'm disrailment, but if that's true, that'd be very funny.
And it's possible that an initial conflict check doesn't bring up anything, but a conflict arises later in an action and they find out and they go, oh shit, we actually can't continue representation because it would be a violation of our client's rights and our ethical obligations. But typically you would just write that on the report. You would say, oh, there is a conflict. And that's not what's written down. We have this unforeseen circumstances.
Unforeseen. So
what are those unforeseen circumstances? I don't know.
Wow. There's another letter. There's another letter, and it has the real reason. The other reason is unforeseen circumstances. Now, I don't know what that is, but it could mean anything. Okay. Well, you know, it's really a shame that Nick isn't practicing anymore. It's really unfortunate. Oh, my goodness.
I withdrew from a case once due to unforeseen circumstances. The unforeseen circumstances in that matter.
All right, what were they?
My client had threatened physical violence against me. They didn't like a legal answer that I provided. And so, you know, there was a threat of violence. And I thought at that point, I can no longer adequately represent the client because the client is clearly not happy with my representation in that matter. And then, you know, I can't really operate honestly and effectively if I'm thinking my client who doesn't like a legal answer that I give them, which by the way was the right answer.
Is this like the most reasonable alternative to Nick? It's like unforeseen circumstances. I bet Aaron threatened to punch him. That's what I would do. I'm not a violent man, by the way, but like, I bet he got threatened. I bet he threatened violence. I mean, it's literally infinity reasons, for fuck's sake. Maybe the lawyer wants to. Maybe. Oh no, I won't say it. This is gonna make a bad joke.
Like, I want to point that out. I was correct on this, but
I was correct.
they just didn't like the answer. What they wanted me to do would have been a violation of ethics. I don't think they knew that, but it would have. And so I told them I can't do that. And so then they threatened physical violence. And I was like, all right, peace, deuces, done. What other reasons are there for unforeseen circumstances?
Maybe something that he didn't foresee occurred.
Like I said, it could be something personal, right? Like a death in the family of the attorney, for example, or something comes up that they don't want to talk about, is very important, but prevents them from being able to do the hearing. But if it's just a hearing that they can't do.
Nick was scared of his client. I mean, it's kind of funny to say that, but Nick actually is afraid of other men. You remember when he went down to fucking Texas to see the Funimation lawsuit? And then he had to run away from Ron Toye twice. He ran into the courtroom before Ron Toye could... who was wearing a wife beater that day, so Nick was extra, both terrified and aroused. But then they went to a donut shop, and he had to, like, sneak out the back of the donut shop because of Ron fucking Toye. Oh, no, he's got to get his remote. He's going to beat me. Chat.
Typically, you would just ask for a continuance, right? Like that, we talked about this, and they can make a good argument. They could even go in chambers with the judge and say, "Hey, judge, like here's what's going on. Here's why I need it." And even if even if opposing counsel opposes the continuance, if it's a good enough reason, the judge is going to grant it. Or maybe if they explain it to opposing counsel, like, "Look, I'm not jerking you off here. I'm actually I have a thing, and
much to Nick's chagrin, unfortunately,
I can't miss it. Like the birth of a child. You can think of a couple things. It's like I just can't make that date, and I didn't know it was going to happen. Like your spouse goes into labor. Sometimes the attorney could go go into labor.
We hit the second goal, which means we're going to get the lawnmower ride goal. Very good, very good.
Or something happens. If they can't make that hearing, though, usually you're going to get a continuance. Okay. This is, I can't represent this person in this matter anymore. Like, so not because of a continuance, like a lack of a continuance, but they're just unable to proceed in the matter due to an unforeseen circumstance.
How many hours has Nick read this letter over and over and over again, thinking about every possible scenario? He's a very busy man, by the way. Very, very busy man. No time to get that 5K local gift going on. Biffron says, we hit the goal, chat. We get some tax-free at the end of this. All right. I wasn't going to stick around for the whole clip, and I'm kind of curious to see where he's going to go with this rambling nonsense.
So we're left with total speculation on what it could be.
Wow. All right. So using all of my legal acumen and my experience and my personal things, I think we have no fucking idea what happened. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Your commentary is about as insightful as mine. Congratulations.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
And I'm not going to speculate openly on what it could be in this case. I have no idea.
I mean, you have. You think that Aaron was getting aggressive with his lawyer because you can only compare this to your own life.
But in a hypothetical, for example, it could be that similar to my issue, right? A client either divulges something to an attorney or asks or requests something of an attorney that then creates a dilemma for the attorney continuing representation and also carrying on their duty of candor, their duty of in regards to zealous representation, which could be a lot of things. But for example, a client could admit that they've done something for an improper purpose. You're like, yeah, in a restraining order case, for example, you could say, never.
If Sean was talking about this, he'd be finished in 2 minutes. Like, wrap it up. Come on now.
Really scared of the person.
How can a fat man be so much faster than you, Nick?
I just really want them to shut up. If a lawyer hears that, ethically, he should not be able to bring that case into court because he would have a duty to inform the judge that his client is actually not pursuing, because otherwise the attorney is representing that the client is pursuing it for a proper purpose. And the proper purpose of a restraining order is you're harassed. You believe you are actually harassed. It isn't like if you're trying to use it to silence someone, then and a client were to admit that to an attorney, that would pose an ethical dilemma.
Nick is the Tim Pool of lawyers. I mean, he's going to look like Tim Pool in a couple of years with this receding headline.
Another hypothetical would be like a client asks an attorney to lie, for example. And I'm not saying any of this happened. I have no information, none. None. Unforeseen circumstances is just a very, very, it's a very sort of vague notion of what happened, and you can only kind of speculate, but the unforeseeable circumstances that could arise are pretty limited. And so
this is like the fucking Verba filler arc. Like, what the fuck is going on? He's just been talking about, like, he's just spent the last 10 minutes, and I assume the next 10 minutes is going to be talking about how he doesn't know what happened.
Can use our imaginations.
Is this his community service? Is he getting his time deducted by the word? Like, what is going on here?
But again, attorneys have a duty of candor to the court.
We're going up to 1.5.
If a client asks them to lie or demands they pursue some course of action,
Let's
or maybe
see if he
they
says anything.
ask for some specific outcome that the
Enjoy,
attorney can't provide.
Enjoy mowing your lawn, Podlucky.
So they say, look, I can't get you what you want. I can't do what you're asking me to do. So we have, I can't represent your interests. So you should find an attorney who can represent those interests. And all of this stuff is remediable, for example, like remediable in regards to.
Oh, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. He's keeping that, like, sometimes you got a stream going and you're like, oh, if I stream for 10 more minutes, maybe someone will donate. Maybe he's looking at the goal and he's at like 9 out of 10 or something. And he's just like, well, I'm going to end the stream soon, but I don't like, what time did this occur in the stream thing, Alyssa? I'll have to find out. Is that what it's doing? Is he just waiting for someone to drop like a donation or something?
A subsequent attorney-client relationship. If they like said too much to their attorney, because they say you can tell your attorney anything. You can, but whether or not you should say everything that's on your mind is a different question, because you may create a conundrum for your attorney.
So. I think we cracked the case.
I don't know if any of this is what happened here. But what I know is that Aaron's attorney has withdrawn 2 days before hearing.
That's what everybody knows. Jesus Christ.
Likely going to request a continuance tomorrow, or he may have done it earlier today.
He did.
And like I said, we'll be opposing it because we'll be ready to go.
You did, but it didn't.
We'll be ready to go, and he should be too. It's not my fault.
Well, now you've got until August 5th, which is nice because I'll be back from my little trip by August 5th, so I'll be able to see if anything interesting happens.
Now it's just it's in a funny place because, again, I don't want this restraining order here. I don't have most of the restraint.
I mean, it is in a funny place now because it's after your own hearing to determine whether or not you've been a good boy. And this is the hearing that could see you going to jail for 30 days. So it is in a very funny place. Now, will it be a very funny answer? Most likely not. But I mean, it is interesting. I'll tell you that.
That I have are no direct or indirect communication, and then not being within 1,000 feet of his address. And I think within 1,000 feet of him. That's generally fine by me. However, he lives in a town where I take my kids to go, like I take my kids into that town to do activities because I live in a much smaller town. So like there's a roller skating place and there's a trampoline park and there's better restaurants and stuff like that. So we go.
I mean, roller skating sounds like a lot of fun, but now bear with me here. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Maybe the kids don't go roller skating for 1 week. I mean, there's plenty of other places you can go roller skating. Literally any cement will do it. You have a big, just let them roller skate in your backyard, okay? I think the kids can do without roller skating until August 5th. I mean, is this crazy? Fuck, I've got these emergency 1 a.m. piano recitals I've got to go to. Oh my gosh. Dad is trying to stay out of prison. You don't get to go roller skating for 1 more week. It's not that fucking hard. Jesus fucking Christ.
To that city with relative regularity, and I don't necessarily know exactly where 1,000 feet from his house is. His house is.
Yes, you do. You know exactly where he lives, and you're stalking him every other day. I don't believe that for 1 fucking second. He doesn't. He probably knows the exact centimeter where the 1,000 feet mark is, because that's how he goes over there, so he can fucking see if he goes downwind and can sniff some Aaron fumes or some shit.
Didn't buy most of the stuff we go to, but it could be by something I'm going to, and I might.
And that's another good point, Danielle, is they could have somebody else drive. Kayla could drive. The grandparents could drive. You could just hire a driver, like with your infinite trust fund money or some shit. Just hire someone from the Zuluminati. You just gave them like $100,000. I'm sure that someone from the zoo could drive your kids for a week.
Not know. And so I don't want anything like that. I don't want some accidental violation of this to become a violation of, like, I have no intention to see him or go to his house at all. I haven't been to his house since I think April 8th or something like that of last year. And so it's like, I don't have any intention to go there. I don't have any desire to, but I certainly don't want a fucking criminal charge because I happened to stray within the 1,000-foot limit and like maybe wasn't aware.
Okay. So like the Zuluminati is a fun little conspiracy. It's not true. Okay. It's not true. It's just fun to say Zuluminati. Basically, the Rekieta family gives hundreds of thousands of dollars at this zoo charity auction. So the theory is that there's these powerful people at the zoo that go to this zoo party, and they're the ones that are making it so that Nick just has to ride around on lawnmowers all day for his community service. That's the Zilluminati theory. It's not true, but it's fun to say, and it's fun to theorize about.
There isn't like a radius marker around things. Like there's not a line you can walk up to, like you're playing a video game. It's like, oh, that's the barrier. You don't know where the barrier is necessarily. And
actually, you can literally do this on Google Maps. You can draw a circle on fucking Google Earth and then upload it to your own apps. You can actually do, like, we do actually fucking live in the future, and you can do this. So, I mean, that's just incorrect.
I can't get a tape measure and go to the house. I guess I could go on an app and like try and draw a radius and then figure out what that is. But
yeah. See? No, it does it automatically. You put in Aaron's fucking house address, you extend the feet to 1,000, and it automatically makes a big circle. Then you just don't go there. Abacus Finch says, on behalf of Legal Mindset, I just wanted to say it's the show Jova. Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to mention Legal Mindset, I'll play his theme song for you.
Legal Mindset! Legal Mindset! Legal dick suckers, more like it.
This is not a V. I don't like the V. I mean, I'm indifferent to the VTubers. Some I assume are good people, but I mean, every VTuber clip I've ever seen is just them screaming, and it's like that meme where the guy's like, "Oh, check out this really funny VTuber clip," and it's like, rah! I don't know. But thank you for the $5, and yes, it's never been so V show Jova. Okay, it's actually kind of funny. Yeah, because some people have made the argument that Nick responding to tweets that Aaron is tagged in is indirect content. I think that's a very flimsy case. But then again, you never know what's going to happen in Minnesota because they keep granting these great... Muted? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was my fault. Okay, that was my fault.
But I certainly don't want a fucking criminal charge because I happened to stray within the thousands
that was
limit and like maybe wasn't aware. There isn't like a radius marker around things. Like there's not a line you can walk up to, like you're playing a video game. It's like, oh, that's the barrier. You don't know where the barrier is necessarily. And I can't get a tape measure and go to the house. I guess I could go on an app and like try and draw a radius.
It's not muted now. Okay, it's not muted now. Yeah, you just go on a fucking app and you choose Aaron's house and you put in 1,000 feet and you can make an entire big bubble about it.
Figure out what
that's what I missed.
That's crazy. I don't need to do that because I'm not going to harass him in any way, in any capacity. So there's that. Also, the direct or indirect contact gets really complicated with the way some sites do social media, the way some social media sites function.
This is what I was saying, because Nick has been responding to DMs that have Aaron tweeted, at tweeted at or whatever. I think it's a flimsy argument that's indirect contact, but some people could definitely believe that is the case.
So I don't need any of this shit hanging over my head. And again, he has no basis for it. So it'll be opposed quite a bit. The thing with it being frivolous is like,
well, no, you don't know it. You say it's frivolous. You don't know that. This is going to be tested. Now, it most likely will be shown to be frivolous, in my opinion.
Now you've cost me time, money, effort, stress, whatever. It's not super stressful. I'm very confident that we're going to come out victorious on this. But
he looks very confident, yes.
You've cost me all these things. Thank goodness Minnesota has some rules to allow me to recoup some of those costs. But it's a long shot. It's a long shot. So this is a big problem with the American legal system, is that there is a ridiculous ability to cost someone a significant amount of funds to deal with something that they didn't invite. Like if you're willing to just lie about someone, you can lie. Don't do this, but you could lie about someone and get a restraining order. Like you just lie about it.
Yeah.
Lots of people do. And then, a lot of times those restraining orders go unchallenged. And so then they get implemented. And then this person has a sword hanging over their head for 2 years, for example. That's crazy. But if you want to fight it competently, you end up having to hire an attorney. It could cost hundreds to thousands I guess it could cost tens of thousands of dollars.
Nick knows this by firsthand experience. Yes, it does.
To gather materials, you have to do all of this shit that takes away from your...
You have to hire weirdos on the internet to pay them $1,000 so that you can get that Aaron Aaron compilation supercut 2-hour movie or whatever it was.
Peaceful life. And so like I said, there are some.
I mean, like, this is fair. I feel like this is fair of what Nick is saying, that this is kind of ridiculous, that you shouldn't be able to just be brought into a crazy lawsuit and waste thousands of dollars, because even if you're rich, $1,000 is still $1,000. Okay. So this is actually, I mean, maybe he is broke as fuck, we don't know. But I feel like this is actually a fair argument. Like, if you lie about somebody and then you get a restraining order against them, and then it costs you thousands of dollars to get rid of it, because then if you don't challenge the restraining order and you violate it, you get a criminal charge. And a criminal charge would send Nick to jail. So if the restraining order is granted, it's actually very funny, because then Aaron might, like, I mean, I don't say that he's going to do this, but he could hypothetically get a restraining order against Nick and then start showing up in places where Nick will likely show up for the purpose of harassing Nick. People absolutely do this. Like, this happens all the time with, like, crazy exes. Well, I mean, as far as I know. I mean, I've never had a crazy ex. I mean, I have exes that are crazy, but they're not crazy exes. You know what I mean? There's a difference. There's a difference between having an ex that's crazy and having a crazy ex. So, like, this is a real concern. I will give Nick that.
There are some tools to attempt recovery. And
but Nick does have a superpower, which of course is being called having rich parents.
I'll be pursuing them to the maximum. One other thing happened kind of behind the scenes that I want to tell you guys about. This isn't in any documentation, but it's also okay to say.
Okay.
Aaron's attorney had submitted exhibit lists and witness lists on Friday, right? Or Thursday, maybe. One of those two. But nothing actually, none of the actual evidence that was mentioned or referenced in the list was provided in the evidence system, Mindes. That happened today. So there's this weird overlap where the lawyer apparently uploaded all this stuff to Mindes and then withdrew. So the evidence from the exhibit list is apparently available. I haven't seen.
Wouldn't you want time to review the evidence though? Like, a continuance sounds like a good idea.
It yet. I'll see it tomorrow, and be going through it. That's my fun fucking day, is to go through that. But
I thought this was all frivolous. Like, it's all like nonsense. You don't have to. Like, why do you have to go through that if it's all just fucking nonsense? Is it that Aaron might actually have something?
There's this really weird moment of contemplation. Like, wait, so the lawyer uploads all this stuff and then withdraws. What does that mean? But I think actually,
well, no, it's just a quirk of the system. He uploaded it and then withdrew, but it wasn't uploaded. It's just because the system's stupid. Okay, it's not like he's actually using 4D chess and submitting documents from the future. The system lagged. Not a big fucking deal.
Happened is I think the lawyer uploaded everything either late Friday.
Good point though. Like, Nick is saying that things in Mindes are evidence now. Interesting.
Or on Saturday or on Sunday.
Interesting.
And that things were accepted into the Mindes system by the court administrators today, prior to him filing the withdrawal. And so I think that's what it was. But I don't actually know. It's really fucking frustrating because, like, why would he upload all this stuff and then withdraw? That doesn't make any sense. And then the question would be, well, like, was that an intentional?
Well, maybe sometimes when you, like, get fired or you leave your job, you try and, you finish everything up for the next person. It's not too unrealistic. You know, you don't just trash the office the moment you get your 2 weeks notice or whatever. You're like, well, okay, I'll sort things out so the next guy can cover it. It's called professionalism. Maybe that's why it's completely foreign to Nick. A person that is not apparently playing World of Warcraft as a warlock with the 25 Rons says, I'd like to imagine he is being kept hostage by someone and has kept talk about all this nonsense. It's kind of like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm being kept hostage by this
thing, because I mentioned that there was a settlement offer a while back. There was a settlement offer to resolve this matter.
What was the settlement
my
offer?
response to the settlement offer was get fucked, and remains get fucked. But it's possible, for example.
Okay. Well, so Aaron tried to end this all reasonably and you said no. But he's okay. Aaron is being unreasonable. He offered me a settlement and I said, no, you're going to suffer in the courtroom, Aaron. But he won't. But now he's making me wait till August 5th. It's not fair. He can't decide. He can't decide whether he's a bully or a victim. It's so funny. He likes to think he's a bully, but bullies are typically stronger than their victims.
That a client could hire an attorney to attempt to resolve something through settlement. But if they're not able to resolve it through settlement, have the attorney withdraw. Like, maybe they think that
he doesn't sound like a jilted lover. He is a jilted lover.
They could, regardless of their ability to negotiate, maybe they wouldn't be able to negotiate with the other party or the other party's attorney due to something, like maybe some animosity, right? Like, maybe that's possible in an HRO situation. So they might hire an attorney, for example, to try and facilitate the negotiation between the two parties, because they think, oh, well, if there's an attorney there, the two attorneys will be able to have a productive discussion, even if the two parties may not be able to. That's not going to happen with me if you file a frivolous HRO. You're not getting a productive discussion. You're going to get me saying, fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. This is true.
That's all that's going to happen there. But in a hypothetical situation, maybe that's what you think. And so then perhaps there is another thing you can hire an attorney for, is to help you prepare evidence and utilize the attorney's access to the electronic filing systems to get things filed. Maybe that would be, and then the attorney would withdraw. That's not an unforeseen circumstance, though, and I don't think an attorney would write down, like, I know attorneys lie, don't get me wrong, but they're usually more subtle about it, and they usually aren't risking their bar license for maybe like $1,000 to $5,000 that they might be getting. Like, it's just not worth it to do it for that. So they're probably not going to lie on their withdrawal reason, being like, actually, no. You just have.
Maybe there was some unforeseen circumstances.
Hired me for a limited purpose. He would just say that. He'd hired me for a limited purpose. He probably
he's complaining about his entire day is being absorbed by Aaron's filings. This is what he spends his entire. What could it be? The unforeseen circumstance. What does it mean? Is it political? What does it mean?
Probably would not have filed. Well, he might have filed a certificate of rep and then a certificate of withdrawal, but he should have done that earlier if he was going to do it. 2 days is just not enough time to do that. And if a lawyer wrote that down, like was honest about it, again, that's not a commentary on the instant situation. I don't think that's what happened. But if a lawyer was engaged in that and was honest about it with the judge, I think the judge would actually make them stay on as represent the party. The other possibility, there's one more that I really didn't discuss, and that's that Aaron fired him. That's a possibility as well. Aaron could have fired his attorney for any number of reasons. He could have said, I want you to pursue this. The guy's like, no, that's not the right track, or that's not what we do, or I don't recommend it. I think that's damaging. And Aaron could have fired him. He could have been like, no, either could have been angry, like, I'll fire you, or he could have been like, okay, well, like, I got to let you go, man. I got to find something else. Either of these things.
All right. Chat. As we're getting to the end of this clip, we're almost to the end of the stream. Just hold on there. If you haven't liked the stream, like the stream. This is your last chance. Or on replay crew, based replay crew. They could do that too. Do you think, one, this is just something happened, life fucking happened, or two, do you think that Aaron fired his attorney so that he could file for an extension for the purpose of holding this HRO over Nick's head until after Nick has his own hearing on August 1st or 2nd? That's the conspiracy theory that I just made up. I think that probably is just, I don't know, his cat is on fire and he has to withdraw. But there's the toe-spiracy theory, if you want it. That would be pretty funny if Aaron did that. That would actually be exceedingly funny. Aaron is not a mastermind, he's a Dumbo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's one. But, like, it is a possibility. Maybe this is what Nick thinks. Because Nick likes to think that Aaron is both a mastermind and, like, the dumbest guy on earth. Who can tell? Maybe it's like that IQ meme, where it's like the bell curve, where the dumb guy and the smart guy are doing the same thing. Maybe that's Aaron. Firing attorney 2 days before court is actually both the dumbest and smartest thing you could do. Who knows?
Things is fine. I just thought about why I wanted to pull this document up. So I was not going to, and then it was like, wait, no, there was something I wanted to talk to you about on this one. And I'm sure that, like, it's not recommended for me to talk about this stuff, but I don't care.
I mean, for your appreciation.
I don't give a fuck. I have the right to talk about it, for one, but it's more that people would say you shouldn't talk about this stuff because it's a discussion of legal strategy. No, I'll be open and overt about this. I am going to walk in there and I'm going to sledgehammer the HRO over and over and over again. I'm going to oppose any continuances because the whole thing is fucking bullshit. And I'm going to point out something right now that strategically I shouldn't point out, but it's a very interesting thing. And so I want to point it out.
All right, let's see this. Is this going to be actually good, or is this going to be garbage like all these other legal theories?
People are asking, like, what happens, will he get another continuance or not? I've mentioned, if they ask for another continuance, then I'll be opposing it. And here's why I say if they ask for another continuance.
They did.
Here's the letter. Dear Court Administrator, I'm writing to formally notify the court of my withdrawal as legal counsel for Mr. Aaron Imholt in the matter concerning the harassment restraining order hearing scheduled for July 23rd, 2025. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I am unable to continue representing Mr. Imholt in this proceeding. So again, not at this hearing, in this proceeding. If it was at the hearing, something could be worked out. In light of my withdrawal, I respectfully request that the court consider granting a continuance should Mr. Imholt seek one. This would ensure that he has adequate time to secure new representation and prepare his case, thereby preventing any potential prejudice or disadvantage. I've informed Mr. Holt of my withdrawal and advised him of the importance of promptly obtaining new legal counsel. I'm committed to cooperating fully with any new attorney he may retain to facilitate a smooth transition. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Please do not hesitate to contact me should you require any further information or clarification. Did you catch that?
Can somebody break down whatever nonsense is going in Nick's head? I assume he's going to go talk about the should he seek one. I don't know what's going to happen here. Tell us. Break it down, Law Daddy. Tell me.
Consider granting a continuance should he seek one. If I were withdrawing from a case anywhere near a hearing, I would ask for the withdrawal or ask for the continuance at the same time as I file my withdrawal. I would ask for the continuance from my client. Like that's what I would do. Why doesn't he? Why doesn't he ask for that continuance? Should he seek one? Maybe Aaron said, no, I'm going to go do this myself. I'll do it right. He's like, you might want to get new counsel, and if you do, you're going to need a continuance. Like, nope, I'm going to go do it on Wednesday myself. Maybe that's what he's going to do. I don't know. Maybe that's his plan.
Jesus fucking Christ. Is this what he actually thought? He thought that Aaron fired his lawyer so that Aaron could go into the court and represent himself for the reason of just trying to beat Nick at his own game. Is this what he's saying? I mean, I've had some dumb theories in my time, but this one takes the fucking cake. Is that the theory? The toe theory?
Maybe the parting was hostile. It's possible. It's possible that the parting was hostile. He's just like, whatever this fucking dude wants to do. I don't know.
Knock it off with saying our Lord's name in vain like that. That's actually good advice. I want to improve my language. I do have a few words that I say too much. I will take this under consideration, but you know, it takes time to change. It takes time to change. I need to find a good replacement word.
I have no idea, but I found that very, very curious that he didn't just request it straight up. Like that's what I would do. I would just request it. Man, that's great. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. That's what went on today. I had a grin from ear to ear for pretty much all of the day because of it. Because it was just it was so
It was short-lived. Very short-lived. Aaron got the continuance. He asked the court nicely and they gave it to him. What a surprise.
Unexpected and completely insane. My spirit to yours says, saw a clip of Aaron looking at camera and asking you if you look in the mirror, calling your girl shoulders and said you intimidate no one. This from a guy that's scared of you. This is silly and insulting to anyone that truly needs an HRO. Yeah, first of all, yes, I look in the mirror at my shoulders all the time. I marvel at them. I say, those are lovely feminine shoulders. God, I've always loved women's shoulders. So why wouldn't I like mine? I do that constantly. He says that I intimidate no one. Cool. I'm not trying to. I don't want to intimidate people. I don't know.
No court today.
This is should be pretty evident of my character throughout the years. Intimidation isn't really like a thing that I do very well. I'm a slight, slender little twink. So I'm certainly not like physically imposing in that way. I am physically imposing in the sense that I'm tall, and though I am slender, like just my overall size, like height mostly, makes me appear larger than some people, right? Like in my, because I'm tall, you know, I weigh like 170, 180 pounds, 280 pounds at any given time right now, maybe more, because I'm kind of fat.
Yes, he just called himself a twink. We don't know, like he's been rambling on about what could possibly mean about unforeseen circumstances the last 20 minutes. I feel like Alyssa's tricked me here, because usually Alyssa clips is like very succinct. I'm not sure what's going on here, Alyssa. What is this last 20 minutes? I'm feeling robbed.
But in that case, so I'm like, if you're talking to someone who's like 5'4" and they're 125 pounds, that might be intimidating. I don't know, but I don't like try to be intimidating to people. It's not my thing.
This is a rare, like this is, have we get robbed, chat? I'm not sure what's going on here, Alyssa. The never-ending hissy fit. Every show is about his personal drama. I'm eternally grateful. This sounds, what? It sounds funny when he calls his wife a lady. Yeah, that is funny. Why is this gay man so sweaty? Serves you right for dumping me. You miss Aaron, we get it. What was the point of this clip? She tricked Alyssa. Alyssa, you rat. You tricked me. You tricked me. All right, very good. It's all right. She can keep the like. She can keep the like. Maybe she was just baiting me or something. I don't know. All right, guys. That's all the nonsense I think we have for today. Let me just check. Yeah, that's all the nonsense for today. I'm very glad that Nick has embraced the drama. It's the only thing that's given him views, talking about Sean I mean, that's what you do when we're a small channel like myself or Nick Rekieta. You talk about bigger channels like Kurt or Sean. It's a great way to build up your small channel and get attention. So I'm glad that he was able to talk about Sean, a successful lawyer and YouTuber, and they got twice as many views as he usually gets. That's very nice for him. That's all I've got for today. Bit of a bad ending on it. What a disappointing note on that last one. But Aaron got away with it. He got his continuance, which means that Nick will be going into his good boy conference for his probation with his community service unfinished and an HRO looming over his head. Sean is streaming with a VTuber? What the fuck is this? Hold on a second. I gotta get to the bottom of this. Is Sean live right now? Let me see. Where is this? Potentially Sean. Where is it? Let me see this. I'm going to find this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this right fucking now. Is he's not online. What are you talking about? Sean's not online. Is he on Kirsch's channel? She's not live either. What are you guys talking about? Oh, wait. She is live. Okay. Wait a second. All right. There. Okay. This is what the sandwich man is doing? He's talking to an anime fox girl?
To keep going. And
Legal mindset. Get him. He's stealing your grift. Get him. He's talking to the VTubers.
Never get back.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she was so terrified. She waited 8 hours to call the cops.
What if it happens again?
Wait, why is it double?
And invited your boyfriends over. And...
What if next time I don't survive?
Gotta.
Sean is becoming a VTuber? My friends are being devoured by anime people. How could this keep happening? All right, guys. I'll stream read you over to Kirsch's channel, but not after I give you my grifting song, because the chat was very nice today. So peace, enjoy some tax-free, and then go watch Fox Girl with Big Sean, the very serious lawyer who's got anime girlfriends now or something. Wow. Great. Everything's terrible.
Did you hear me? It is tax-free. My Zannies, my hookers, my super chats too. Hit that button, cause every single super chat I got it tax-free. Tax-free. Take out your pill bottles, shake your pills, shake your pills, because it's gonna be tax-free. 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 Tell your wiggers that we got it. Tax-free in my little tin shack. Cats flying in tornadoes. Gun flopping up and down. Let's get the guns out. Gun, 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 gun. Shake it around when it's tax-free. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. It's a tip, so it's tax-free. But wiggle. You best not fold the bullshit, because these super chats, they all tax-free. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yo, Faith, don't make me say it. Squeeze. Child support, Faith, it's tax-free. Compass Sneed, cause it's tax-free. That's right, bitch. Now kiss my Gucci hat, I say kiss it. It's authentic, bitch. It's time to gun out. Shake your gun like you mean it. Squeeze. Welcome to the kill stream. This song. Wiggle, wiggle. What you mean I'm drunk? I'm sober, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe one more. So take out your pill bottles and shake your pills, and wiggle, 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 wiggle.